All right, here we go. So, and yeah, to the conversation in chat, yeah, I've tried playing Hollow Knight. It's all right, but I'm not really, never really caught my attention. I played it for a little bit. It's good. I mean, it's good platforming. It seems like it'd be a good Metroidvania, but it just didn't grab me. So, yeah. And I gave it a, I gave it a fair shot. It just, yeah, I don't know. I kind of have that same problem with most like Dark Souls type games. They just don't, like, the combat's good. They look absolutely gorgeous. I like challenging games, but there's just something about them that just don't do it for me. I don't know. I think it might have something to do with, and I don't know, this isn't about Hollow Knight, but I think my issue with, like, on that little tangent I went off with, like, the Souls type games is the vast majority of them go really light on the story. Yes, I know the story's there in hidden areas, in item descriptions, in whatever, in the environment, but that's kind of lazy to me. So I don't know. Also, hey Kieran, how's it going? Actually, I take it back. I don't think lazy is the right description. I think it feels more like, and it is, I feel fully justified in saying this, I feel like it's an afterthought, which makes sense considering they focus more on the mechanics. You can tell they focus most of their time on the mechanics and the visuals. So it is an afterthought, but still. All right, let us continue. This says lock. He says that every time. It's like, yeah, no, yeah, and that's definitely a lock. Yes, let's. Please do. Here we go. I'm gonna betray you so hard, Alice. Oh yeah, I've been able to look past it too. It's just, I don't know. That feels like that's my problem with, I feel like that's my problem with, that series in particular is just, I'm missing the story. But, you know, there are games that I agree with you. The mechanics are so amazing that it's like, even if there's very little story, I'm all right with it. So, yeah, just kind of depends. And I actually am enjoying the story in this game, too. There's a lot of, like, if we talk about bad mechanics, but looking past it because of the story, the constant, like, the ability to go down certain story arcs without being able to finish them and how often they repeat shit would be the bad mechanics. No sooner had we stepped out of the garden than I saw the 3 people I'd watched leave through the green door sometime earlier. What's up, Dio? Whoa, what are you guys doing here?
We ought to be asking you the same thing. How'd you get here?
Sigma, hand me the map.
Oh, ouch. Yeah, those are never fun, but it's great that it's a weekend. When what, X3105? All right. I dug the map out of my pocket and spread out in front of us.
You 3 came in through the blue door, right?
Yep.
Which room did you go into?
This fan-shaped one, it's called the Bee Garden. Oh, that, yeah, sorry about
Bee
that.
Garden?
I missed that comment. Oh, yeah, there it is. I don't know. My biggest concern with setting up a Discord, I don't mind. I know it's easy. There's no real issue not to. It's just, I feel like, I don't know that I would have the time between all the other stuff I'm doing to actually participate in the Discord that often. If that makes sense. Now, if we were doing something like that, yeah, we were doing like a private Minecraft server or a private Conan Exiles thing. That's different, but in general, just always out there Discord, I don't know how often I'd be able to actually participate. It's this big dome with a bunch of plants in it. Look, you can go see it yourself later, all right?
What about you guys?
Well, after we went through the green door, we ended up in the treatment center.
And honestly, I just haven't looked into Discord all that often, so I'm not sure what I can use it for beyond just, yeah, just like the voice chat thing. Never really spent much time on using it. I just know about it kind of in passing. And then we met up. Right here.
So, what's the treatment center? It sounds a lot like the infirmary.
You want to have a look? We can go back to any of the rooms we've already visited. So?
Sure, let's have a look. After a few moments of brisk walking, we found ourselves in the treatment center. I mean, but yeah, I can certainly consider it and see, like with the Discord thing, and see what I can do with it. Like, I'm not against it by any measure, just not sure what I would use it for. Because yeah, right now I'm messing around with a lot of stuff. I'm considering trying to figure out how I might want to change or modify the little Twitch overlay. Looking into offering new and more varied like Patreon rewards that I have. finalizing designs and stuff for, you know, merch. There's a lot of stuff that I'm trying to get going with the limited time I have outside of my normal day job. So yeah, but I can add Discord to the list. Take a look at it. And I'm definitely considering the Minecraft server, by the way. What are those?
They're why this is called a treatment center. Those pods can cure a number of illnesses and even repair certain injuries.
Cool. Whoa, that's nuts.
How about you climb in one of them, Dio?
Why?
Well, maybe it can fix whatever's wrong with your brain.
Hey! You want to start something, lady?
I think she does.
Calm down now, son. You don't cool off a bit and I'll have to throw you in one of these pods here.
Huh? Why?
Weren't you paying attention? They have a cold sleep function. I figured that ought to cool your head up.
Wait, did you say cold sleep? That's where they freeze you, right? And you can stay that way for a really long time?
Yeah.
According to some records we found in here, until about 8 hours ago, there were 3 frozen people in these pods.
3 people? Who?
You mean 3 of us were? We don't know. All we found was what was in the logs for the pods.
How long were they here?
No idea. Part of the logs were erased. All that's left is when the cold sleep function turned off. It records them thawing out, getting up. That's it.
Then they could be anyone.
Yep.
Well, anyone but you.
What? Why not Alice?
Because you don't need a device like this to freeze Alice. Am I wrong?
Huh? What are you talking about?
You don't need to play dumb. The water in your body isn't normal water. It's something called Ice 9. It freezes at 96.8 degrees. That means all you have to do to put yourself in cold sleep is drop your body temperature below 96.8. No fancy machine needed.
Yeah, I think that right there basically proves it, Stahor. That, yeah, he's Junpei.
Where on earth did you hear that?
From Clover.
Clover?
When we were exploring the lounge during the first round.
I see.
What's so funny?
Oh man, you fell for that one hook, line, and sinker, didn't you? Clover, that is if she even said anything to you at all.
Clover was messing with you? Yeah, no.
It was a lie. A joke?
A joke?
And Ted Miyoshi's over here like, no, I saw the proof. Well, not the proof, but we talked about it. Like, I did the research.
No, there's no way it was a joke. I'm sure about it. Your body is made of Ice 9.
Well, you're mistaken. It's a ridiculous misunderstanding. An urban legend.
With seemingly no other prompting, Alice launched into a lengthy explanation. It went something like this. At some point in the past, someone found a frozen, mummified Egyptian queen. What was curious about this mummy, however, was that it remained frozen at room temperature. People began to refer to as all ice, which eventually became simply Alice. Rumors that her body was made of Ice 9 began to circulate, and her bizarre refusal to thaw only compounded them.
They say that the mummy finally thawed, and when it did, it began to move. And ever since then, I've had people say they thought I was her. I mean, really, how could anyone believe something so ridiculous? The existence of this mysterious Alice and of this ice that doesn't melt are just urban legends.
But why would people make that mistake about you in particular?
It can't just be because your name's Alice. There are tons of Alices.
Is it because of your face and how you look?
Well, it is true that I am both beautiful and elegant.
And a massive bitch.
Can I really be blamed if people think I'm an Egyptian queen?
Somebody hit her with a chair, please. Someone. Anybody.
I don't think that's the only reason, though. Someone who made that mistake said something to me once. They claimed they'd seen me before. Of course, I immediately pressed the issue. Do you mean the mummy, Alice? I said. When? Where? Of course, they were at a loss. In fact, I began to feel a little sorry for them. So I told them something. If you're so convinced, then maybe I am actually Alice. But maybe I've lost my memory and can't remember who I am. And so on and so on. I'm still not sure why Clover would tell you something like that, though. Even if she was just messing with you, it seems a little out of left field.
You really think she put that much thought into it?
I mean, it is Clover. She probably didn't.
She was probably just screwing with him, and it was the first thing that came to mind. Maybe she wanted to see if she could get him to believe something completely ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not it, but okay.
I could see her doing something like that. Well, I think that's enough idle gossip for now.
Very nice. Dog is happy. Very nice.
The cold sleep business is interesting, but I don't think it's terribly useful. We should go see if the other team has returned to the warehouse yet.
At Alice's request, we made our way out of the treatment center. Yeah, I mean, seems like it, but I still hate the character, so I do want to see her ending, though. Well, I mean, not like we have a choice. If I want the true one, I have to, so yeah. Curious how far they'll go with it.
It looks like another warehouse.
It looks like the same warehouse.
Hey, look!
3 more doors.
Mm-hmm.
They're all glowing white. You think?
Next phase. These might be the next set of chromatic doors.
I'd bet on it.
Yeah. You know what's going to be worse after all this? The next branch. I have to actually ally with Alice.
Look, they've got the same boxes next to them as the other doors. So the next set of doors are white?
They haven't all been the same color before.
I know, right? After she betrayed me, in the next branch, I have to ally to get that branch done.
We definitely need to tell the others about this.
Right. Let's head back to floor A. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to allying with her, but hopefully, but we know it'll be a short ending because we don't have a lot of points, and we know she's going to betray us instantly, so it'll be a short ending. I'm gonna have a hard time keeping control of my temper, though, when we go back to the first branch, betray her, and then have her go off on us for betraying her.
Oh, thank goodness.
What's up?
You finally returned.
Uh-huh.
I was beginning to get anxious.
Where are you? Did something happen?
Yes. It's Quark, you see.
What? What happened to Quark?
He collapsed. It happened so suddenly. We were just searching our room.
What?
Please, you must hurry to the infirmary. Clover is looking after him, but his condition could change at any moment. You should go.
Oh, yeah. After all her BS about that was the only logical choice, she is going to go off on us for betraying her. Because every branch where she gets betrayed, like when Dio betrayed her and somebody else betrayed her, I think it was Tenmyoji, she went berserk on them. So, yeah.
No.
Tenmyoji shoved Kei aside and leapt through the yellow door. The rest of us exchanged a few startled looks, then ran off after him.
Quark, come on, kid. Get a hold of yourself.
Unless you have the cure. Tenmyoji grabbed Quark's shoulders and began to shake him desperately. It was Clover who stopped him.
Hey, what are you doing? He's sick, and we don't even know what's wrong with him. What if you make him worse?
Then what am I supposed to do? I have to save him.
Save? That seems a little extreme. Maybe
True,
he just has
yelling
anemia
doesn't
or
really
something.
help in this situation.
No, that's not it. I know him better than any of you. He doesn't have anemia. He's never just collapsed before.
Yeah, he's never been infected with the super virus either.
Well, then call an ambulance and stop freaking out about it.
You son of a bitch. This is serious.
The infirmary seems pretty well equipped. There are plenty of diagnostic tools, but
Without a doctor, there's not going to be much we can do with him.
Hey, Luna. Oh, right. Well, we've got Luna.
Luna?
That's right. I remember Dio saying something. You have a medical license, don't you?
Wait, really? Is that true, Luna?
Well, yes, but
You have to take a look at him then.
Maybe the bomb will help.
Please. Quark needs your help.
okay. I'll see what I can do.
Use the atom and scan
that
him.
machine over there is a medical scanner. It's called an atom. It uses nuclear magnetic resonance imaging to examine and diagnose people.
So that thing can tell us what's wrong with
Yes,
Quark?
I believe it can.
I don't want to rush you, but the sooner the better.
Thank you, Phi.
Just let us know if you need anything.
Of course.
The whole process took only a few minutes. The machine scanned Quark's body, and within seconds, his results lit up on the screen. Words too complicated for me to understand scrolled across it, and as she read them, Luna's face grew dark. She bit her lip and just stood there for a moment, looking down at Quark before she spoke.
Well, I know what's wrong with him. I feel so terrible saying this, but Quark has an infection. A viral infection.
Oh no.
Oh no. Don't tell me.
Yes. He's been infected with a virus called Radical 6.
That has essentially ended society as we know it. Yep. Lovely. Have you heard of this virus? Radical 6, I mean.
Yeah. I told Alice and Tenmyoji about it.
Phi and I heard about it from Luna.
Dio and Luna were two of the first people to investigate the infirmary. They must have seen the newspaper clipping that Quark found. I'd stayed behind after the AB game and they'd all split up and gone into different rooms. It seemed like, one way or another, everyone had heard about Radical 6.
No, he can't. How could he have gotten infected? That's not possible.
Dude, everybody's infected. Something about the tone of his voice seemed strange. Why wasn't it possible? Had Tenmyoji known about Radical 6 before the rest of us? Yes.
There must be something we could do!
I mean, we're pretty sure he lived through the apocalypse.
How can we cure him?
Well, Adam says there's an antiviral serum called Excelivir.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that little tidbit, or maybe they didn't phrase it like that last time. The machine told her about Excelivir. She didn't actually just pull the knowledge out of the air. All right, so yeah, Luna's not suspicious at all anymore. That's what I couldn't remember. I thought because she knew about it and it wasn't invented for 10 years after we were supposedly kidnapped, that she also lived through it or was one of the frozen people. But nah, the machine tells her. Okay.
It's the only way to counteract Radical 6. If we can inject him with some, he should be okay.
Where is it? Shouldn't it be in the infirmary somewhere?
Yeah, we looked around, but we didn't see anything.
Go find the lab.
I don't trust a damn thing you say.
I mean, nobody should.
I'm asking Luna.
I'm sorry, but Theo's telling the truth. We didn't find anything.
Damn it. What about the other rooms? Sigma, what about you? Did you find anything?
I mean, if you want a cucumber or a tomato, but I don't think that's gonna help. No, nothing like medicine. I mean, it was just like a park. Lots of vegetation and stuff, but no medicine.
What about you, Kay? Was there any medicine in your room?
That's a good question, Stahor, about why he didn't know. Maybe because of the whole, you know, Maybe he just wasn't paying all that much attention, because it did say he spent decades looking for, implies that he spent decades looking for Akane. Maybe he just wasn't keeping track of it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the apocalypse, maybe it was one of those deals where the cure was made after society had essentially collapsed, so it wasn't really common knowledge. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I'm aware both of those explanations are a bit of a stretch. I'm just saying, they're the only ones I can think of.
We visited the laboratory. There were a number of chemicals and concoctions there, some of which were medicine, but nothing like what we're searching for, I'm afraid.
Why you lying, Kay? Why you lying? It's automatic, Toasted Fruit Loop. The only time you make decisions in this game there are two sets of, well, you solve the puzzles, but the different branches are, you get to choose to ally or betray certain people, and you have to choose what doors you go through, like who you pair up with. But yeah, you don't actually get to choose what any of your dialogue responses are. But yeah, Kay is straight up lying.
Oh God, then he's going to... Oh God, no.
Look, just to be sure, and yeah, Toasted Fruit Loop, here, let me show you. So you see up here these branches. Usually where it says novel and there's some branches, this is where you get to choose, like ally goes this way, betray goes this way, and then the colored branches are what doors you went through and who you paired up with. That's pretty much your only decisions outside of puzzles. Look, just to be sure, the three of you went to the treatment center, right? And you're sure it wasn't there?
No, there was nothing even remotely like it.
Because it's in the lab, and for whatever reason, Kay is lying.
You went there too, didn't you? The only thing in the treatment center are those treatment pods.
Treatment pods. That's it. If we put Quark in one of those... I will say one of the cool concepts about this game as well, Toasted Fruit Loop, is that your character gets information from the other branches that he will use to advance the story in other branches. Like knowledge that he never would have come up with. Like in one of the branches, he solves a puzzle with information that he got from a different branch. So yeah. Maybe Clover stole it. Could be X3105. Or yeah, Kay has it. Because yeah, that's straight up lying, because it wasn't hidden either. It was in the safe with the key to get out of here.
Quark?
Quark!
Oh, here's the scalpel.
Oh, thank God. You're awake.
Get away from me!
That sounds about right from what I experienced in the first game. I feel like that's probably going to be how this one ends for me as well.
What? Quark, what are you...
Sorry, Grandpa. I can't. I
Yelling
have
did
to.
help.
Have to what? What are you talking about?
Isn't it obvious? I have to escape.
But how?
Like this.
Quark's hand moved like lightning. He'd grabbed hold of the scalpel and was driving it straight toward his heart.
No! Let go! Let go of me!
Pretty tough for a kid. Hey guys, I could use a hand here.
Yeah, right.
On it.
Me too.
Stop it! Let go of me, you jerks!
Ted Miyoshi, what the hell are you doing? Get over here. It's your grandkid. Come on, dude. Can you even hear me?
Oh. Right.
Damn you! Bastards! Why won't you let me go?
kind of what happened with the first game for me. We got through and started down the true ending, and it was like, hey, we solved the final puzzle. We should be done in like, another hour. 9-hour stream later, we actually finished. That true ending just kept going and going and going and going in the first game. Because, yeah, I was prepared as like, okay, look, every other ending we got. Yeah, it was a fun stream. I'm not going to lie. But, yeah, every other ending we got, it was like, hey, look, we did the final puzzle. 15, 20 minutes later, we got to see the ending. It was done. And then we went through. And then we hit the true ending, and it's like, ha, no.
I have to get out of this body! They can't lock away the soul! Once my body's gone, my soul can escape! Please!
That was the longest stream I have ever done, Toasted Fruit Loop. Prior to that, I think I've done once or twice, I've done a 4-hour stream. But that was the first time I'd ever gone over 4 hours.
You have to let me go! Let me go! I'm trapped here! Let me die! I have to die! Kill me! Somebody! Anybody! Kill me! Kill me! Kill me!
I took a break to go get a drink shortly after, but no. I didn't take a break to eat. I didn't get anything to eat till after the stream was done. Jesus, this kid's lost it. Hey, somebody get that scalpel away from him. You would imagine that'd be the first thing they would have done, yeah. Good. Thanks, whoever that was. Oh, you don't know who took the scalpel? That's not great. Quark barely even seemed to notice the loss of the scalpel. He continued to scream and writhe like he was possessed. Yeah, I'm not sure. Zero Time Dilemma is the third game Dog is Happy. Although, from what I understand, it takes place between the first game and this one. What are we gonna do? We gotta calm him down somehow.
Luna,
Yes?
are there any tranquilizers in here?
No. Well, I mean,
What?
there's Superil Beta.
Soperil?
That's the anesthetic, the one that's in our bracelets. Good. Perfect. Hit him with some of that.
What?
He'll be fine. It's just an anesthetic, Tenmyoji. It won't hurt him, I promise.
But
Just hurry up and do it! Come on, Luna!
Okay, let me just...
Again, I like how Tenmyoji's like, but it's like, dude, we can either give him the Soperil Beta,
Okay, I've got it.
or one of us can just punch him in the face. I mean, take your pick.
Good. Wait until he's... Now! Do it now!
Right.
No! Stop! Stop!
Dude, at this point, all I want to do is see Alice's head introduced to a chair. Like, I cannot stand her character. And I thought I hated Dio.
Respiration, blood pressure, brain waves, everything's normal. According to these readings, he's in a very deep sleep.
Alice, Clover, and Dio? Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
He does have a nice hat. I'll give him that. He has a nice hat.
What about the anesthetic? How long will it last?
He shouldn't wake up for a few hours.
Man, he sure was strong for such a little guy.
I think that might be the virus's fault. It probably attacks the part of the brain that governs reason. Without...
Yeah? How do
Oh,
you
whoops.
know?
Without anything to hold it back, his body was using every ounce of strength it had. Sometimes I accidentally double click. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, how do you know?
Huh? Oh, well,
How much do you know about this Radical Six?
oh, not much.
Shank him and take the hat. Here, I'll show you. Okay, yeah, the snack hat is stupid. Let's see. We have done all of this. We've seen Dio's ending and Tenmyoji's and Alice and Kay, not Alice, Kay and Clover's ending. We have not figured out how to get past this lock yet. This is the ending where we've been injected by the bracelet and we're dying. He's trying to figure out how to save himself and just said to be continued. This one, we need the code to get past it. We haven't gotten the other half of the code. Well, we haven't gotten the code yet, the right code. And so, yeah, I haven't done anything over here on the right. We did that. That was this one. Dog is happy. This was the lock where we had to prove we didn't kill. Oh yeah, I refuse to Google it because I know it's going to show up from the story and I don't want to spoil anything, because you imagine you look up the code, you're going to get a spoiler. So no, I'm just going to work my way through it, you know, normally. So yeah, this is the one where Alice killed herself. She had stabbed herself with a scalpel. Clover didn't believe anybody. But after we came to some of these other endings and got the, I agree. That's why I haven't looked for the code or anything. So, but yeah, we had to use the information from this ending over here, I think, to tell Clover in this one, hey, you know, to calm Clover down and say, hey, Radical 6 makes you suicidal. And here's why. So yeah, that was right here. Dog is happy. Let's see. So far, we have every golden, from all the escape rooms, we have every golden file so far. So yeah. So we're on track to get the true ending. There.
I probably know about as much as you do. All I've seen about it is that newspaper article.
Toasted Fruit Loop. I mean, to an extent, yeah, might as well. That the truth?
Why would I lie about that?
Don't you dare accuse Luna of anything, Sigma. Luna's the only person here we don't want to strangle.
I've seen other viruses do the same thing. I was just making a guess.
Yeah, back the hell off, Sigma.
So when Quark tried to kill himself, are you saying that was because of Radical 6 too?
Yes, at least I think so.
So what kind of virus is Radical 6?
What are you doing?
I turned and followed Tenmyoji's gaze. Oh, are we actually gonna watch her take the scalpel to the chest? There stood Alice, her hand wrapped tightly around the scalpel. Apparently, she'd been the one to take it away from Quark. Yeah, I think it was over here that we had to betray. Yeah, this and this was both betray Luna, betray Luna. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. I did not want to betray her at all. The longer I looked at her, however, the more I wondered if she'd taken it to protect him or for some other more sinister reason. That could be Stahor. I could see it. Very possible. She didn't seem stable. In fact, she looked far more like Quark had a moment ago than I was entirely comfortable with. Her eyes were flat and hollow. Her face was an emotionless mask. She was not well. Alice? You feeling okay?
We're all going to die.
Huh?
We're all dead already. Only terrorists would resort to biological warfare. But they will. Soon.
Hey, what the hell are you talking about?
Talk of terrorists makes you a little nervous, doesn't it, Dio? Myrmidon bastard.
You don't understand? All of humanity is going to die. The virus will spread. Adults, children, everyone, everyone!
Oh yeah, everybody's unarmed except someone in this building has a knife that says Myrmidon on it. And Dio here is a member of an organization that refers to him as a Myrmidon. So, he's armed. Unless he lost his knife and somebody else has it. I don't know. We've never actually, well, I think we've seen him in a still scene once having it.
There won't be anyone left! I'd rather die here!
Wait, Alice. That's true, we have Kay. The big dude in armor. Plus, in the rec room, there is an axe and a lance. So there are weapons. Just nobody ever thinks to carry one around, even though they all believe there's a killer in here with us. We were way too stunned to even try to restrain her. We just stood there. She spun around and leapt through the door. Damn it. Yeah, a battle axe. I shook myself and took off after her. She's going to the crew quarters. Those few moments of hesitation put too much distance and too many doors between us. Shit, which way did she go? Right? Left? I was trying to decide when everyone else poured out of the infirmary.
You lost her.
Yeah, I don't know which way she went.
Well, let's split up and look. Quickly. She can't have gotten too far.
Right.
Look, if you find her, it's probably best not to shout or anything. Just do your best not to provoke her. Understood?
Gotcha.
Tenmyoji, I think you should stay here with Quark. The rest of us can look for Alice. Sound good?
Yeah, I stay here. Got it.
All right, let's move, people.
All right,
Get
let's
going.
go. At Fi's command, we scattered, filtering off into the different doors. As I ran, I thought, where should I look for Alice? Alice, Helios. Perhaps the lounge would be a good bet. She has her hands on we found out where she got the scalpel. And she started screaming about how she'd rather die here and then took off running. Okay. We know she's not in the lounge unless they change the story up. Which I have done. No one here, huh? Damn. Where did she go? Complaining wasn't going to help anything. And the morphogenetic field doesn't feel like jumping in and helping out. I need to go look somewhere else. Going back to the warehouse. What room we going to? Ah. Well, she ain't in here either, unless somebody decided to freeze her. Shoot, nothing in the treatment center either. We need to find her quick, so she's gonna do something bad, or she's gonna do something bad. If we hadn't stopped Quark. I need to hurry. That is a good point. He should just hop to that timeline. I headed to the garden next, man. You're going to every room but the one she's actually in, dude. Ah, okay. That makes a lot more sense, Stahor. Okay, seeing where the discussion in chat just went, I won't be clicking any links for a little while because... well, I guess I could. It's not like they'll show up on Twitch, so I don't have to worry about it. I've only got a few steps from the walkway through the grass when I stopped short. Is she in here? The hell?
Oh, there you are. Good.
Yeah, that might not be a good idea. Dog is happy.
I'm glad you showed up.
So Phi and Alice in the garden. Okay. That is new. I appreciate that. Dog is happy. So that did remind me. Huh?
I just got here a minute ago. She was like this when I found her. When you showed up, I was getting ready to carry her to the infirmary.
And she's alive?
Yeah. Her breathing and pulse seem normal. She doesn't appear to have any obvious external wounds.
So she's just unconscious?
Looks like it.
What about the scalpel?
Doesn't look like she has it. Figure she probably dropped it on the way here. Anyway, we need to get her to the infirmary. Give me a hand here.
Right. I kind of do too, Toasted Fruit Loop. But so far, Phi hasn't really done anything blatant to like betray us. So I don't know. To be fair, this game has some, well, the first one and this one both had some pretty crazy twists. So, yeah.
All right, please pay attention, everyone. You need to hear this. The Atom has finished scanning Alice.
What did it say?
Her results are identical to Quark's. She has also been infected with Radical 6.
On our way back, Phi had gone off to retrieve the rest of the participants. Seven Set's eyes widened as Luna spoke.
Oh no.
Oh no. Alice is gonna die. Whatever shall we do with the newfound peace and quiet?
No! What's going to happen to her?
Well, like I said before, there's only one way to cure Radical 6. There's a special antiviral treatment. Do you know what immunoglobulin is?
Immunogoblin?
It's another name for antibodies. Some people have those antibodies are the basis for Excelavir.
Wait, what about those pods in the treatment center? Can't we just stick them in those?
Right. I thought of that too, so I went and took a closer look at them.
For it to affect the entire world and kill off a third of the world's population, like, what's his name, like Tenmyoji told us, pretty sure it'd have to be airborne, wouldn't it? Or that's the most likely. It wouldn't have to be airborne, but I think that'd be the most likely.
Unfortunately...
I actually think it is airborne because they did mention that the whole reason this bunker has the pressure chamber in the suits is by having the higher pressure air inside the bunker. It's keeping the virus from passing into it. They can't cure it.
Correct. They can suppress the symptoms for a while, but they can't kill the virus itself.
Well, there's 3 pods and we have 2 people that can be frozen.
The only way we can help Alice and Quark is if we can find some Excelavir.
But the pods will keep them from getting any worse, right?
Yes.
Well, then what are we waiting for? One of you, grab Alice. We're going to the treatment center.
As he spoke, Tenmyoji moved over to Quark and lifted his small, unconscious body off the bed. Quark shifted slightly as Tenmyoji moved him, and something fell out of his pocket with a soft clink. Do you have the Excelavir? I bent down slowly and picked it up. Excelavir, yeah. So Quark had the cure for his own disease in his pocket. Is this medicine?
What?
Well, what is it?
Hold on. There's a name on the label here. Excelavir.
Excelavir! You found it, Sigma!
What a coincidence.
That's the one thing that can cure Radical 6.
Why did Quark have it?
Exactly. If we have to pick one person to get cured, Quark's getting it.
Perhaps he found it earlier.
Earlier when?
We explored the laboratory. It was on the other side of the red door. I happened to notice Quark putting something in his pocket.
He hid it?
Whether or not that was his intention is unclear. I did not have the opportunity to ask, as he collapsed immediately afterwards. It didn't feel appropriate to go digging around in his pockets for it after that. And to be honest, it had also slipped my mind. We were rather preoccupied with getting him to the infirmary as quickly as possible.
Who cares about the details? We have it. Hurry up and give it to him, Luna.
Hey, hold on a minute. What about Alice?
I don't give two shits about Alice.
Does it really matter if she goes first or not?
I'm sorry, but I don't think we can do that.
What?
There's only enough here for one person.
Quark.
The only way we have to administer this is with the injection gun. And the way it functions, it uses a whole bottle each time you pull the trigger.
In other words, we can't split the dose in two or something.
Right.
While we all stood stunned, Phi moved. Stepping over to Quark, she quickly ran her hands through his clothes and stepped back with a frown and a small shake of her head.
Nothing. That one bottle was it.
We don't have Quark's ending though. Dog is happy. We have Tenmyoji's. So yeah. We still need to get Quark's. Do you think there might be some way back in the laboratory? And exactly, Helios, there's a machine to copy it and make more in the lab.
No, unfortunately not.
No.
Oh, God.
Well, hate to break it to you, Clover. Alice gonna die.
Just enough medicine for one dose.
Only one person can be saved.
Who should we give it to?
Alice or Quark?
There shouldn't even be a discussion. What the hell is this? There's no way we're only gonna save one of them. Shut up, Sigma.
Then what are we going to do?
Do I have to spell it out? We're gonna save them both.
How?
That's, I needed to calm down. Think. There had to be some way to save both of them. It was there. I knew it. Yes, here you go. Morphogenetic field. Come on. Come on, kick in. Immunoglobulin.
Do you know what immunoglobulin is? It's another name for antibodies.
And there's one
Some
that...
people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6.
And there's a machine that's called an IG replicator in the lab. Come on, dude. Come on. Put it together. He's seeing it. Finally. God damn, that morphogenetic field is picky.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
So it's like a copy machine.
Yeah. Probably copies IG, whatever that is. Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
Good God. That's it. I've got it. The IG replicator in the laboratory. It's an immunoglobulin replication machine. Can you imagine if, like, this whole time, like, Snake is trying to feed her this information, is accessing the field, and he's trying to feed us, like, information? That poor dude is probably, like, bald at this point for tearing out all his hair, bashing his head against his desk every time Clover opens her mouth and throws out another pun instead of something useful.
What?
It can copy immunoglobulin antibodies. Luna just said Excelivir is made from antibodies. That means we can make more Excelivir.
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG Replicator on it. Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Yeah, we never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma?
I saw it when I was in the laboratory.
When was that?
Probably when you were looking for Alice, right?
No, Dio was wrong. I hadn't gone to the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. So, I like that Dio gave him an out. I don't think I'd ever been to the laboratory. So how did I know about the IG replicator?
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Excelivir. That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark.
Let's go have a look then. The laboratory, right?
Yeah, no time to waste.
Leave someone here with the two sick people, otherwise they're gonna find some other way to kill themselves. We all nodded. Wait, we can't leave them here all alone. Thank you. Luna, do you think you could stay behind and look after them?
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to.
All right then, let's go. Well, I meant somebody trustworthy, X3105. True, she wouldn't hurt Alice. That doesn't mean anything for Quark, though. Remember, there was a whole path where she wanted us to betray, Quark, though. And she pushed really hard for us to.
So this is the lab, huh?
/ cloning chamber.
Yes.
Where's this IG replicator thing?
Right here, see?
So this can copy the Excelivir?
I think so.
What are we waiting for?
Calm down, all right? Don't rush me. I carefully lowered the small vial of Excelivir into the slot on the side of the machine. An empty vial already protruded from the other side. Presumably, that was where the duplicated Excelivir would go. Ready? When I push this button, it should...
Skip it. Just press the damn thing.
Thank you, Tenmyoshi. We don't have to explain everything. Well, then we lose Quark and Alice, which kind of sucks. Although I don't entirely trust Quark, but we'll see. Right, and pressed. Oh, I'm sure there are more timelines. I agree. Dog is happy. That's what we should do. Use every argument to only cure Quark. Did it work?
Have a look. The empty vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was. It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
Yeah, they really should do that, X3105, considering we know everybody here. Well, I don't know if it ever confirmed it for K, but everybody here has Radical 6.
So, it worked?
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
All right, let's get this thing back to the infirmary. Yep, they're going to use the only 2 bottles they have to cure the 2 sick people without even thinking that they need to keep some behind to cure everybody else if they get it. And yes, they all have it. I reached down and pulled both vials from the machine, intending to slip them deftly into my pocket. Ah,
What
shit.
happened?
Sorry, my hand slipped.
You dropped one of them?
Yeah, just one though.
What in the hell? What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
We have a replication machine right here. Come on, if it broken, we could just made another copy. Before Tenmyoji could reply, Fi spoke.
Guys?
I was surprised to hear her voice coming from near my feet. I looked down to see her staring intently at something beneath the table. Another bomb.
You see? It did break!
No, the vial's fine. See?
She held it up in one hand but didn't move her eyes.
Then what the heck is going on down there?
Take
What
a
else
look.
did we find under a table, jackass? She slid back from the table quickly and silently. The rest of us bent down to look. A bomb.
Whoa. Really? That makes two then.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No, it was not.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard.
You lie. You never contribute.
Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
Who the hell would do that?
We were all out looking for Alice. Could have been any one of us.
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary. Quark was still out, so I was keeping an eye on him.
So we shouldn't consider you a suspect. Is that right?
Yeah, Quark's off the list too.
We found another bomb, X3105.
But Tenmyoji, you have no proof that you spent the entire time in the infirmary, do you?
What?
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory, planted the bomb.
That's insane! Listen to yourself! There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb!
Dude, we don't know you. Tenmyoji was still staring furiously at Kay when Clover spoke up.
Hey, what's this thing?
I turned in time to see her grab something from under the table. Don't touch the bomb.
It looks like a memory card.
Where was it?
Right under the bomb. It was down on the floor under the table.
Yeah, we just found a bomb under the table.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb? There was nothing like it here when we examined this room.
Do you think they dropped it accidentally?
Unless it was left here intentionally, yes. I imagine so.
What do you think's on it?
Let's take a look. Could I see it for a minute?
Yeah, I guess so.
I plucked the card out of her hand and looked around the room. Nothing. There's a TV with a memory card slot in the infirmary, isn't it? Shoot. No dice. We'll need to plug it into something that can read memory cards, but I don't see anything here. Not that trusted Toasted Fruit Loop. In some of the endings where we get enough points to leave this place, if we try to leave, everybody tackles us and holds us down until basically until the door closes, so we die here with them. So yeah, no, not that trusted.
So what do we do?
Come on, if I knew, I'd be doing it.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
What's crazy to me is everybody trusts Clover, and her personality changes constantly.
Guys, I think maybe we should get back to the top floor.
Yeah, you're right. We've got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, bomb?
Do you have the deactivation device?
Not much we can do except leave it here. Alice said it'd be dangerous to touch them.
True, but...
Drop it. We can talk about the bombs later. Right now we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Right. So we'll go back to the infirmary, give them the Accelavir, then head to the Floor A warehouse.
Right. This ought to do it. It might take a little while, but they should recover.
Use the bomb to defuse the other bomb. But what about the third bomb? So they used both vials to cure 2 people. Now, if anybody else has Radical 6, and guess what? 6 more people have it. 7 more people have it. they're just kind of screwed. Her voice was quiet as she backed away from Alice and Quark. In her hand was the injection gun. She carefully removed the empty vial and placed it gently in the cabinet with the other one. They mentioned that there's supplies everywhere, and we've seen other vials, so I imagine, yeah. I imagine there are extra vials, yeah. This place is so well stocked with everything, I imagine there have to be. And even if there were no extra vials, it's like, okay, let's replicate it once, inject them. Okay, take the empty vial, put it back in the machine, replicate, inject into the next person. Leave the original in the machine and just keep refilling the second bottle. Yeah, because the people in here, though, Toasted Fruit Loop, they're dumb. Like, everybody in here is dumb as hell. They both looked peacefully as they slept. The madness I'd seen on their faces before was completely gone.
Are they really going to be all right?
Yeah, the rest of us are kind of screwed.
Yes. The analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Excelivir. The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated...
It's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
In those two.
I believe so, yes.
Oh man, what a relief.
Till you guys start experiencing symptoms.
I was really worried.
Clover grinned. Agreed. I gave her a reassuring pat on the back.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
All right, everybody. We can be relieved later. Right now we need to get to the AB rooms and fast.
Damn.
That is true. They didn't explicitly say there were other vials. I just basically assumed because of all the tests that were running. But, you know, there's nothing saying they can't reuse vials, so...
Don't even have time to catch our breath.
Come on, let's go. The Flore warehouse is waiting. All right, let's go. Voting time. Huh? Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh, he stayed back in the infirmary.
What?
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything. So I asked him if he was coming with us, and this is what I got.
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
One-on-one, huh?
Ugh.
That's cool. Nothing to worry about. I plan to choose Ally. You know why?
Because I've only got one BP.
Exactly. If you chose Ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and... well, we know what happens then.
Oh, yeah. He is lying. Although, he has... yeah, we don't know if he has actually allied or not before. Like, we don't know if Quark actually pressed the button before Dio could interact, so it might be just a different timeline, but I'm kind of inclined to believe that he's always going to betray, just like Luna always allies.
I want to win, but I'm not that desperate.
Liar.
You see what I'm saying, right?
Tenmyoji and Dio are a pair. Tenmyoji only had one BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick Ally, Phi can't really pick anything else. If she does, Tenmyoji will...
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Kay and I are gonna be going one-on-one too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Fuck Dio.
That is correct.
Dio, Alice, and Clover.
I've got 6.
As do I.
This will be a tough one then.
If one of them can get the other to ally, and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points.
Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me,
Don't trust her.
I know. You would like us both to vote ally, yes?
Don't trust her.
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points.
So both betray.
We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
You both liars.
Right. Okay, good. You're really gonna do it, right?
Yes,
Promise?
promise.
Yeah, you've both broken your promises. I'm curious. It's gonna come back when they both
1 minute
betrayed. Watch.
remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
Shit, this is bad. We need to move, now.
Indeed. Shall we?
I think this is the first ending we've played where, like, Dio isn't all that bad. I mean, we know he is, but in this ending, he hasn't actually shown his bad side or this route. Dio, K, Fi, and Clover all took off immediately, heading into different AB rooms. Counting from the left, Dio went into room 3, K went into room 4, Fi and Clover went into rooms 5 and 6. That left Luna and myself. What do you think about taking the one on the far left?
Sounds good.
With that settled, we headed into AB room number 1. All right, here we go.
30 seconds remain.
It's probably a little late to say this, but you know Alice is still in the infirmary.
And she has
So-
6 points. You're saying we should pick ally, right? Since that's going to default to that anyway?
Yes.
No. I know. It's not really fair to betray someone who isn't voting. No. Screw Alice. Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile. You ain't going to be happy for long. Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. Keep it in your pants, Sigma. You barely know this lady. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the nonary game didn't seem so scary.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, she'll be fine, actually. Dog is happy. She doesn't have a party. She was a solo. We're a pair. So it just means one of the 3 people involved have to vote. So that's all. Like, she could vote and then me and Luna couldn't. Like, if me and Luna didn't, like, that still counts and nobody would die from not voting. It's only if the whole group, like all 3 of the people who are voting against each other, choose not to. Yeah. Well, life's a bitch, Alice. And so are you.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Alice really doesn't deserve anything better. I also feel like, yeah, we don't want to give her too many points because then she'll take off with, like, Clover and leave us all here to die again. Luna and I stepped out of the AB room.
Why?
Because I don't like Alice.
What happened to it's not fair to betray someone who isn't voting?
Because Alice a bitch.
I thought...
There was nothing I could think of to say. Even I didn't really understand why I'd pick betray instead. It almost felt unconscious, like some other part of my mind was making the decision. Perhaps I'd been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that had moved my finger to the betray button against my will. Oh, piss off, Sigma. Right, well, we should go see the results.
Really? We already know what they are. It's just simple math.
The look in her eyes was more painful than any punch I'd ever taken. Why? You barely know the lady. Who cares? I turned away and almost ran toward the projector. Anything to get away from those eyes.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Uh-huh. Who would be dead now if I had chosen Ally, huh? Alice got back and voted in time. Everybody betrayed. Good God.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly.
See, Luna? I'd be dead right now.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. No, how can Alice's vote be betray? That's not possible. Alice. She was standing inside the second room from the left. The room that should have been empty. Why? My mind was still reeling. Where had she come from? As I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move towards us. From around me, I heard a chorus of muted gasps. It seemed we were united in our surprise and confusion. Alice drew to a stop in front of me and glanced up at the display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh? Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it? Coward.
Me, a coward? You've got some balls saying that to me after you picked betray. Why are you even here?
You gave me the antivirus, didn't you? Tenmyoji told me. Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, honestly.
But you should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit. I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible. I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people, a result of my training.
Can somebody go get me an axe? There's one just down the hallway.
I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that. They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary. Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
So you showed up right after we'd gone into the AB room.
Yes, right in the nick of time, too. About 10 seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it? You two chose betray. If I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Yes.
Except you have 6 points. We have 1. You would have killed us. You're full of shit. Self-defense my ass. You chose betray because you wanted out. You had 6 BP. If I'd picked ally, you'd have had 9. That's what you were trying to do, right?
So what if I was?
Are you serious? You would have killed me. Look, I only have 1 BP. You were this close to murdering me. Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
Don't be stupid.
Uh-huh.
I knew you'd choose betray. There was...
Tell the truth.
That is the truth. Why am I the only one getting the 3rd degree here? Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone.
Fi and Dio.
Yes. If Dio had chosen ally, Fi would have killed Tenmyoji. And if she'd chosen ally, Dio would have killed her.
I fully agree, dog is happy.
I don't want to be rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another. Not that it seems to have worked. If either one had chosen ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
And they both promised to ally. You shady sons of bitches. I turned to look at the results again. Before, I'd only been looking at my own. Hadn't realized there was only one word all across the roster. Betray. Whatever trust we managed to build had fallen apart. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? The bombs? So yeah, no. Everybody in here is just shady as hell, except for Luna. Or had it been something else? And watch, Luna's gonna turn out to be a serial killer and is gonna kill every damn one of us. Whatever the reason, if it kept up, we'd never manage to escape. We'd be trapped in a cycle of 0-point rounds for the rest of our lives. Something had to be done. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. All right, guys, pay attention. You've probably already figured this out, but we can't keep going like this. If we don't start being a little more trusting, we're never going to get out of here. We need to work together. I might as well have been talking to a wall.
My apologies, Sigma, but I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate being left alone.
Okay.
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right, Stahor. At this point, the point game is effectively ended. Like, nobody's gonna ally with anybody. At this point, your only way to get out is just kill everybody else, take their bracelets, and do everything yourself.
Well, in that case...
Et tu, Phi?
Yeah, sorry.
Without another word, she turned and left the warehouse. Dio and Kay quickly followed suit.
See? There's your answer. In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves. So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here.
Fuck you, Alice.
Come on, Clover. Let's go.
Hold on! I'm coming!
Yes, yes. Follow along after her like an obedient little puppy.
Are you feeling okay? I was really worried, you know?
I watched them walk away, Clover practically jumping with delight to have Alice back. Before long, they reached the yellow door and disappeared beyond it.
Everyone's gone.
You aren't going to leave too?
No,
Are you sure? I chose Betray.
I know. But I still believe in you, Sigma.
Why, lady? You barely know me.
I think your hand must have just slipped or something.
Oh no, that was on purpose.
Right?
My chest hurt, and when I blinked, I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes. Luna, I bit my lip. Before I could think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the star round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
As many times as we want,
Yes, as long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB game over and over, too.
So everybody
Sigma,
ally.
Could you show me your bracelet? Do you
Why?
remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically.
The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit, too.
Yeah, I remember. Let's see here. I'm a cyan pair. What about you?
I'm a magenta pair.
I wonder what the others are.
It could be anything, I suppose. We won't know until we have a look.
We've got about 80 minutes until the next set of chromatic doors open. So what should we do now?
Everyone else has gone off on their own.
Yeah, physically and emotionally. I really don't like how this is going. It won't matter how many times we repeat the AB game if nobody trusts anybody else. We'll never be able to get out of here.
Maybe it would help if we all had a common goal.
Like getting out of here?
Something to unite our hearts and minds.
Like getting out of here? Yeah, we've already got something like that. We all want to get out of here. Seems like a pretty clear goal to me, but everybody chose Betray, including me.
Well, what if we have an enemy?
It's never consistent, man. It's never consistent at all. An enemy.
Yes, a common foe, like the person who set the bombs, for instance.
Alice. After coming back from the lab, I told her about the bomb while she gave Alice and Quark the Accelavir. Yeah, that might work. If we couldn't figure out which one of us planted those bombs, then everyone else would work together against them.
Right.
But how do we figure out who it is?
Do you have any clues?
Alice. Clues, huh? That's right, the memory card. I know it's not Alice, but still. I pulled it out of my pocket and held it out toward her.
What's this?
I told you, a memory card. It was under the bomb we found in the lab. I think whoever set the bomb dropped
Really?
it. Yeah. I don't know what's on it, though. We couldn't find any kind of memory card reader.
Oh, I guess we can't really use it then.
The infirmary.
Oh, wait a second. You know what? I think I might have seen something.
Come on. You can do it.
Yes, I remember. The infirmary. I saw it when I was searching the infirmary with Theo and Quark.
Keep going.
There was a memory card just like that one. Yes.
Then?
I think we can see what's on it. The computer there should be able to read it.
Thank you. Luna and I exploded into the infirmary, nearly running into Alice, Clover, and Tenmyoji. Quark was there as well, of course, but he was just as we'd left him asleep on the bed.
What are you doing here?
None of your damn business. I opened my mouth to retort, then thought better of it. If I really wanted people to start trusting each other, well, real change starts at home. Oh, god damn it. As quickly as I could, I explained the second bomb in the memory card and how we'd come to the infirmary in hopes that we could discover the contents of the latter.
Okay.
Then stick it in already!
So many comments. Just... Damn it, Clover.
Go ahead.
Right. Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot under the screen, exactly the right size to fit a memory card. Within moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters. What is this?
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set.
In other words, the first 2 rows just repeat.
Yeah.
Is this some kind of code or something?
It doesn't look random to me. I think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
Was there anything else on there?
No, it doesn't look like it.
So all we get is this gibberish. Hey, Alice, you haven't said anything for a while. What's up?
Does any of this look familiar to you, Clover?
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to side.
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
Uh-huh.
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
Myrmidons. For some reason, I felt like I'd heard that name before. Because you have.
What are the Myrmidons?
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
So this thing we're looking at.
Yeah, I know. That's not how you pronounce that word in the slightest, but hey.
You think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb?
It was said by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
It's gonna bug me every time she says it.
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
Damn, I have got a ton of questions for you. Let me start with this one. What the heck does that thing say?
I don't know. How am
What?
I supposed to decode it? I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
What about you, Clover?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
There are 3 people here who have seen the code, though. Have seen the key to opening this.
See.
Not much we can do, then. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? Why do you know about this code? You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state or something like that. Just what the hell kind of a job is that? I think it's time you told us what you do.
Sorry, but I can't.
All right, guys. Where are the sharp, pointy objects?
Because you might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
That's idiotic. Of course I'm not.
Really? And where's your proof? For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
There are some big problems with this. I'm not your enemy. I'm your ally. I'm your friend. I just want all of us to get the fuck up out of here. And yes, I saved your life. Just please tell us. Please. We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. I have no idea. Every character in this has some weird hand gestures they do. We have too little information. We need your help. Fine. If you want to tell us about yourself, then just tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Before I could blink, she leapt up and run out of the room. Hey, wait, Alice. Yeah, Luna's little hand gesture has got to be the worst. I took off after her, picking up a knife as I went.
How long are you going to keep following me?
Well, conveniently, you went to the one place in this area that has a shovel I can use to both knock you out and bury you after I'm done killing you. So, thank you for that. Until you tell me what you know.
Then why don't you just ask Clover? You
Clover?
already know she works with me.
Well, yeah.
Then why don't you...
Because Clover's an idiot. I wanted to hear it from you.
Why?
That's a good question. Remember the crew quarters? Or this garden? We got paired up for 2 separate rounds. That means I've spent more time with you than anybody else here. Maybe that's it. I guess I'm just curious about you.
What are you talking about?
No, I don't have a thing for you. She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. No, do not, Sigma. You can do better. You're an idiot, but you can do better. We walked down the path to where it ended next to the pond. I stayed silent. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak.
You don't hate me?
Oh, I do hate you. I hate you so very much. What? Why? The hell you mean, why, Sigma?
I tried to kill you.
Multiple times, yes. You mean in the AB game?
Yes. I was so scared. Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game.
True. But how many people would turn into a fucking murderer?
And then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could. Things just went downhill from there.
What do you mean?
I remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying, and everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. It was like watching a video on fast forward, only it was real. Then I started to feel like... It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse.
That was probably the Radical Six.
Yes, I think so. I don't remember much after that. But when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back. So all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could.
Still betrayed me, so still, fuck you.
It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you.
Liar.
God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared.
Now there's the truth.
See? I'm horrible.
You are. You are very horrible.
You hate me, don't you?
Yes, I very much do.
Just do it!
What? Do what?
Kill me!
Oh, please let me. We can drown her in that pond back there. I mean, there's a shovel in here somewhere. Hell, we could just beat her with the metal detector we found in here.
Get it over with!
The hell, Alice, I'm not gonna kill you. Oh, come on. I don't even hate you. The hell we don't, Sigma.
You're lying!
I think he is.
I could have killed you. I would have killed you.
Come on, calm down. No one's killing anyone. But I want to. A single tear rolled down Alice's cheek. I still don't care. Then another and another, leaving shining lines across her face. When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Slowly, I brushed my thumb across her cheek and off, taking her tears with it, and then I tightened my hands around her bloody throat until she couldn't breathe anymore and stopped struggling.
Why are you doing this? You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
That's going to make this get really creepy if you guys start hitting on one another. That's who you were after, right? The people who killed your dad?
Yes.
Did they have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried? If you keep your mouth shut, I'll tell you what you want to know. About myself and about the Myrmidons. Deal?
Sure. My lips are sealed.
Really?
What, crying? I don't remember any crying.
Good. All right, then.
You are right. This is a very odd place for him to look. Alice took a deep breath and began. Definitely seems like it's Tahor. My father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt on vacation and married shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the US. My father was a scientist and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, which is why we moved. Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the United States. I don't think So Dog is happy because this game was also released on, I can't remember if it's the PSP or the Vita, and that only had the single screen, so, well, both of those, so yeah. I don't remember which one would have been the one that it was released on though, but yeah. By my 9th birthday, we'd been there for 6 years. That was when it happened. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. Your mother is an interesting looking fat dude with a mustache, huh? When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went with no sign of him, even I began to realize something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. Now, I just think it's hilarious that they're like, you know, she met up with her mom, and then the next picture just shows a young woman and, you know, a fat dude. It's like, okay, you guys could have transitioned that a little bit better. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her as a single mother, alone in a country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often when she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away, and in every line of her face, I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything that he'd never been taken. Fortunately, I was an excellent student and did especially well in math. I earned a full-ride scholarship straight out of high school and spent the next several years studying. After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping that they might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to the Special Office of Internal Security. Their purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually, I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons, although at the time, that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought that they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. The Myrmidons apparently believed that they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Now, at last, I knew the reason for my father's abduction. The commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left. We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. The Myrmidons are closely associated with a cult known as Free the Soul, who believe that Free the Soul provides their funding. But trying to pin any kind of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Jello, is like trying to nail Jello to a wall. Yeah. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumors say he's so old he can't even get out of bed anymore. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be sharp as ever. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then one day I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out immediately. On the way there, my car had some engine trouble and stalled out. Are they ever going to explain the goddamn outfit? I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. Clover. That was the first time we met. There were 4 of the people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing, I got what was just about the last answer I expected. They told me they'd been locked up inside of the very building I'd been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were Myrmidons. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to SOIS headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. There was also a 6-person SUV, although they weren't riding in it per se. He was in the trunk. A middle-aged man, who I'll just call H for now, had been bound and placed in the trunk. According to the other 4, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. We also learned that his pharmaceutical company, a major player on the world stage, was effectively controlled by Free the Soul. More specifically, I suppose, H was a member of Free the Soul and very committed to their cause. So why had he kidnapped all those children? Apparently, it had been part of an experiment designed to test the ability of certain people to access what's called the morphogenetic field. I don't imagine you've ever heard of it before, so I'll try and give you a quick rundown. Oh, good lord, we've heard it so many times. Seriously. Simply put, these people can access a sort of field that allows their consciousness to resonate with the consciousness of certain other people. To be honest, it might be simpler to just call it telepathy. The SOIS had heard of this particular ability before and had actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its existence. I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. If that was the case, then Brother must have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time, it claimed that the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. My bosses decided that we needed more agents to deal with the threat of that magnitude, and Clover was recruited. Because she'd been a test subject in H's experiment, we knew she had the ability to access the morphogenetic field, and we wanted to put that ability to use. After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I hoped that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. At last, I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. The lab was fake, and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty hall. On a side note, what if Alice's father was one of the 3 dudes that were working for Ace in the first game? Because one of them was the scientist that actually created the experiment. In which case, he already did, but, you know, still. All of the conspirators who pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last in a basement room I found her. She'd been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. That's true, X3105. I'm just saying they were working with it. Oh, there we go. It was my father. He looked as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned that he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. They had beaten him to death. As soon as Clover had been captured, a Myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. He'd said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters at the SOIS to do likewise. Good God. In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they'd killed him. Perhaps they thought they were sending a message to me. Or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had at least been able to save her. And from that day forward, Clover decided to start dressing like a stripper. Sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. There in the morgue was my father, cold and pale on a steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. I broke down crying right there in the morgue. They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness, not for the monsters who put my father through this. They destroyed my family. I would make them pay even if I had to die to do it. That night I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written were latitude and longitude. They pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the mother lode we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. It is very much a long story, Toasted Fruit Loop. It was the same when we got Ten Myoji's ending. There was a long-ass exposition thing like that, too. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on his own body. He'd sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time, our operation would succeed. This time, I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time, we gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. December 25th, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. Hello, Zero. But then on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared. So you inhaled that gas, passed out, and woke up here in the AB room.
Yes. Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
Well, from a strictly chronologically speaking aspect, the Krieg would be the ones who ripped off the look. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea, yeah. Yeah, thanks. She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up.
We should go back.
Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question.
Which is?
Who here is a Myrmidon? One of us planted the bombs. And based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that person is a Myrmidon.
Yes.
Right? We know who the Myrmidon is. And I agree that we need to figure out who they are.
What do you propose we do?
That's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues?
Clues? Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but...
How can we do that?
I told you. We need a key. Without that, it's pointless.
What's a key?
A key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key.
Hey, Fi. Wait, a long string of numbers? Could that be... And the field is back. Wow, dude.
What the hell?
I was almost as surprised as she was. The numbers had just kind of appeared in my mind. I was saying them before I knew what I was doing. Alice looked at me incredulously, and I stared back.
Wait, can you say that again?
Yeah, here you go.
That's 198,449,351 to the third power. That number you just told me. Prime factor decomposition on that number gets you 198,449,351 to the third power.
You're talking about reducing an integer to a series of prime numbers that you multiply together to get it, right? Like if you have 30, then you get 2 times 3 times 5, right?
Exactly. You probably learned that in junior high, right?
So you're saying that 198,449,351 is a prime number. And if you multiply it by itself 3 times, you'd get, I am not fucking reading that number.
Yes.
Don't tell me you just did all of that in your head.
I did do all of that in my head. Simple mental arithmetic.
What? No way. That's impossible.
I told you. I'm better at math than most people.
That's not better at math.
You just recited a huge string of numbers. That seems pretty astounding, too. Where did you find that number anyway?
I didn't know what to say. What would I tell her? That it just came to me? Yes.
Can't tell me, huh? Fine. I'm pretty sure that's the key to the code, though. I know the Myrmidons use prime factors for their keys. And there aren't a lot of 25-digit numbers that turn out to be the third power of a prime number. I think there's a very good chance that number you memorized was specifically created by someone.
Huh. Could you explain that with small words?
Well, look at the prime factors of your number. 198,449,351 to the third power. I think that's our hint for cracking the code. You still don't get it? Try to remember the code we saw in the infirmary. What did it say on the monitor?
I think the first row was... Oh, Jesus Christ. What's that, X3105?
And the second row?
Good God. I think. Then they just repeat.
Wow, you've got a pretty impressive memory. We could really use someone like you back at the...
Well, keep going. How do we decode that?
You use 198,449,351 to point you to the right letters.
How do we do that?
Well, the next number is 9, so go 9 letters over from the first one. Then 8 from that one. Just keep going until you get something. Make sense?
I ran over what she'd said in my head. The prime number Alice had given me was 198. Good lord. That's a very good question, Stahor. Well, so what would we get if we picked out letters like she'd explained? The first letter would be C, then you move over. And that word was... You have 6 chances to succeed. Fail and the game is over. The code sheet won't be displayed when you input your answer, so it'd be wise to solve it now. Oh, okay. They're just warning us. No. No. Fine. So we have C. O. M. P. L. E. T. E. D. So, completed. Yeah, we should probably save, yeah. So we should probably fail it a couple times to get the bad ending, and then like to get the game over screen, and then we can come back here and enter it from the save. Now the lines do alternate, so okay. I can't figure it out.
Are you serious?
Hey, get off my back. I don't know. If I don't know, I don't know.
Oh, just forget it. I'll figure it out on my own.
She stalked off. Wait, I went to follow her, but...
Stay where you are. I don't have any use for another brain-dead man.
Jesus. Her voice was unexpectedly furious and it stopped me cold. She fixed me with an icy glare, then turned and stalked off. I stayed frozen where I was and watched her go. Game over. Now, where were we? Here. All right, here we go. It's just referring to Sigma Dog is happy. I did it. Completed. That's it. That's the answer.
Completed? Are you sure?
Yeah, I did exactly what you told me to do. And the word I got is completed. Well, actually, it's completed, completed, completed. The code and the letters repeat every 2 lines. It just repeats.
Well, I can't remember the code like you can, but if you're certain, I believe you.
I'm definitely certain.
All right, then. I wonder what completed is supposed to mean, Mill.
What? Aside from the obvious, you mean? I'm guessing here it means mission complete. So that's what the transmitter was for.
Huh? What are you talking about? What transmitter?
I barely even heard her. Suddenly my mind was full of memories that hadn't been there a moment before. It was like a wave had washed away the sand, revealing a bed of precious gems underneath. I don't think so, because we still have a bunch of locked ones. We need everybody's. Well, it could be the path to the true ending and it just locks here in a minute, so. Why hadn't I realized it before? I could remember a series of numbers, but not this. Yeah, it's the true ending is locked behind getting everybody else's ending and unlocking all the golden files in the puzzle rooms. And there are 2 rooms we still haven't been into. I believe 2. Let's go. Wrong one. These are all the secrets we found. 1, 2, 3 rooms we haven't been in yet. So yeah, this might be the path towards it, and it locks here in a bit. I have no idea. At least I remembered it now. Dio was a member of the Myrmidons, and not just any member, he was their leader. This meant he had to be the one who planted the bombs.
Hey, are you listening to me?
Yeah.
Then answer my question. What the hell was that? What's this about a transmitter?
I didn't trust myself to try and explain it to her. Oh my God, she knows about the field. Just tell her. More than likely, she'd just think I was insane after all the shit she just told you. Even I could barely make sense of the sudden influx of new information.
Wait. Don't tell me you're one of the Myrmidons.
If I was, do you really think I'd reveal myself like this?
Point.
Out of nowhere, Clover appeared. And I get the feeling we're the reason that Clover can't access the morphogenetic field herself.
Oh, there you are. I've been looking all over for you. We're all
Really?
down in the Floor B warehouse. Well, all of us but Luna and Quark.
Why?
We still have 45 minutes until the white door's open.
I know that.
Okay. Hey, wait a minute. I thought UK and Quark didn't know about the white doors.
Tenmyoji told us about them. He said he'd show us where they were, so we all followed him down to the Floor B warehouse.
Oh, I get it. That, yeah, he doesn't know about the alternate timeline stuff about the morphogenetic field, Stahor. But when he's like, how could, you know, she would think I was insane. It's like, she just told him some pretty insane stuff, so I don't know. I just find it odd that he's withholding information.
I'm assuming you left Quark with Luna?
Yeah. Anyway, when we showed up, Phi and Kay were already there. Well,
So?
all of a sudden, Phi, Tenmyoji, and Dio all started yelling at each other.
Why?
What?
Did something happen?
According to Clover, the last AB game had been the cause of their fight. Even though Tenmyoji only had 1 BP, Phi had chosen Betray. They started to fight, and since Dio had pressed Betray on behalf of his team, eventually he got dragged in too.
That seems odd. Phi only had 1 BP too. Her choice seems like a perfectly valid defensive move.
Ugh,
That's a good point too, Toasted Fruit Loop.
just come with me. Kay's trying to calm them down, but there's only one of him.
But he's a big dude in armor. I think he's fine. Okay, come on, Alice, let's go. Are we gonna confront Dio about being a Myrmidon? All 4 of them were still there when we arrived. They seemed to have calmed down a bit, but the tension in the air was almost visible. I felt like I'd stepped into a room full of flammable gas. Even the smallest spark could turn the whole place into a raging inferno. Even Kay, usually so calm and collected, was standing ramrod straight with his hand balled into a fist to decide, oh, he's about to fuck somebody up. I looked at Alice, pursed my lips, and then headed over to the angry knot of people occupying most of the room. Clover told me what's going on. This whole thing is stupid. You need to knock it off.
Stupid? What about this is stupid? We're talking about my life, you self-righteous dick.
I know, but yelling at each other isn't going to solve your problem. The best thing for us to do right now is to trust each other and get through this. Wouldn't you agree?
Hard to trust someone who tried to kill me.
Same to you. I told you letting Dio vote was a stupid idea. What did you think he was gonna do? You might as well have pressed the button yourself.
I couldn't just leave Quark alone.
That's no excuse. And where do you get off telling me I shouldn't have picked Betray? Did you even think that through? What? I was supposed to pick ally? If I'd done that, I'd be dead right now.
I could say the same thing to you. Damn good thing Dio didn't choose ally.
Please, that's enough from both of you. Sigma's right. This isn't the time to be bickering with each other.
Oh, you don't get to talk. You tried to betray Clover and escape on your own.
Perhaps. But I think that's better than nearly killing someone.
No, he's gonna leave him in here to die of old age, starvation, viruses, or lack of water eventually.
Well, I only did it so that she wouldn't kill Tenmyoji.
Ah, god damn it. Enough already. Well, I know, the food would run out eventually, though, is my point. Either way, it's a very slow death if you don't, if they don't get out. I roared with fury, and my voice echoed and rebounded off the walls of the warehouse. Everyone fell silent. I didn't know how long that silence would last, so I decided to put it all on the table. There's only one way I was going to be able to take control of this situation. Hey, dude, Dio's a terrorist. He placed the bombs. He's a Myrmidon. If you search him, he's got a knife engraved with that on it. Guys, listen to me. We really don't have time for this. I was met with a number of glares, but I soldiered on. See, this thing is, I figured out who planted the bombs.
What? Is this what you were talking about earlier?
Sorta, yeah. I know which one of you it is.
Well, spit it out then.
Please, explain what's going on here.
I don't think I need to. They're going to admit their guilt in just a few minutes.
What?
Uh-huh. You're all going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Or I guess I should say Dio's mouth.
What are you on?
Watch. Sigma's gonna start just making fun of brother. Until this dude's like, how dare you, and just snaps.
You think I set those bombs? Hey,
yes, I do.
If you're gonna accuse me, you better have some pretty damn good evidence, pal.
I'm not accusing you. I'm just stating a fact.
Oh yeah? Where the hell'd you get that fact?
Fun as it was, I knew taunting alone wouldn't be enough to make Dio confess. He just played dumb. He was good at it, and I'd get nothing. That meant I was gonna have to trick him. Well, you see, I'm actually from Free the Soul.
Free the Soul? What's that? Some kind of hippie shoe company?
Don't play dumb, Dio. Or should I call you Left? Brother ordered me to come here. To keep an eye on you. It was quick, but for just a moment I saw his eyes twitch. I leapt on that moment of weakness like a hungry dog on a steak. Fine. Skepticism is understandable. Admirable even. Perhaps this will convince you. I pressed forward, pulling out every fact I could remember. I told Dio about Brother's background and how his younger brother Left had been murdered. I mentioned casually that the Myrmidons were all clones of a single person. So, still not convinced? About this. Okay. 78153610988380942419905551. Do a little prime factor decomposition on that, and you'll get 198449351 to the third power. If I'm not who I say I am, how on earth could I possibly know that?
What? No, that's not possible.
Finally. So, let's start over, shall we? I was sent here to watch your every move. It seems our wise and noble brother doesn't trust you. He suspects betrayal.
No! You're lying!
I assure you I'm not. But if you don't believe me, why don't you go outside and call him yourself with your transmitter?
No! No! You have to be lying! Brother trusts me! That's why he chose me for this mission!
Yeah, exactly. Everybody else in the room is like, oh, yeah, no, Dio's a terrorist. Sigma, though, he's cool.
Why would he make me the leader of the Myrmidons if he...
Huh? Sorry, what was that?
I said, why would he have made me the leader of the Myrmidons if...
I grinned.
Wait, what the hell? Are you fucking kidding me?
Sorry, Dio. I've never even seen Brother.
What the hell was all that? How did you know all those things?
Don't know. Maybe I was divinely inspired.
Don't give me that shit!
What's going on?
What are these myrmidons?
Dio and I stared at one another while Clover and Tenmyoji quickly explained to Phi and Kay about the memory card and the number 2 bomb, and about the code we'd found that was from a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons. Depends on which version of Phi it is. Because, yeah, this could be a version of Phi that hasn't gone through the jump to, like, Dio's ending.
So you mean to say someone from the Myrmidons planted the bombs?
And Dio pretty much just admitted to doing it?
Yeah.
Bastards. I'll never forgive you.
Oh, yeah. He just got played. I heard a low, furious muttering behind me and turned to see Alice, her lips pulled back into a snarl.
I am going
To kill you!
Kill each other. Go for it. Her voice rose to a scream as she charged toward Dio. He ducked out of the way smoothly and pulled something from his pocket. The knife.
Whoa,
oh, no.
there. I like my women a little feisty. But you're taking it a little too far, sweetheart. Tone it down.
So he has a detonator.
What?
You see this? You know what it is, don't you?
Oh my god. Is that the detonator?
Exactly. And I assume you know what happens if I press this button?
Yes, I think I do. I'm guessing it'll set off both of the bombs.
Well, I wouldn't say both.
You mean there's still a number 1 bomb we haven't found?
Correct. And there's one more, too.
No. There are 4 bombs?
Exactly. I've planted 4 bombs. They're the ones numbered 1, 2, and 3, but there's also one more. Bomb number 0. Add all that up and you're looking at about 4 tons of explosive power. Those go off and it's all over. That's enough oomph to turn this whole place into a smoking crater.
Aren't you forgetting something?
That'd kill you too.
So, I'm ready for that. I've got spares.
Spares? Is that what Sigma was talking about?
Yeah, clones.
I heard Alice whisper something to Clover.
Let's go, Clover. Show him all that training wasn't for nothing.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
I like how she wants to go and stop him because she's like, we're going to stop the terrorists from unleashing the virus. Well, I really am curious how she's going to react when she leaves the bunker and finds out the virus was released decades ago. The world is already fucked. Society has collapsed, and a third of all civilization is dead. But hey, before I had a chance to ask them what was going on, they moved.
Die, you bastard!
I hope that was meant to be a distraction, because, yeah.
Yeah!
She roared and leapt toward Dio, Clover following just behind. Why would you warn him? Alice threw a punch at Dio's face, and as he dodged, Clover spun out from behind her. There are people alive outside, like the majority, like not, yeah, 2/3 of civilization of people survived. It's just a post-apocalyptic kind of wasteland out there. Dio grunted and turned to focus on Alice, but Clover darted in and snatched the detonator from his hand.
Clover, get him! Right! Sigma, catch!
Don't throw it to me. Huh? Before I could respond, Clover had thrown the detonator at me. I scrambled to grab it out of the air and held it to my chest.
Damn it! Stop! Let me go!
Why would we do that?
Still let go of me, you asshole!
Kill him and take his bracelet. Yelling didn't do him any good, and Dio found himself subdued by the skillful teamwork of Alice and Clover. Oh my god, they're contributing. Strangely, though, once they had a hold of him, he stopped struggling. Evening, Hollow. I was reminded of a gazelle with its neck in the mouth of a lion. Had he surrendered? Or did he have some trick up his sleeve? It didn't feel right. I didn't have to wait long for my misgivings to prove true. The detonator in my hand suddenly began to flash. What?
Serves you right.
Oh, here we go.
What are you laughing at?
You, her, all of you. God, you're stupid.
What? Why?
See that detonator you threw to Sigma? You activated it. If it gets more than a meter away from me, it sets itself off. We figured someone might try to take it away, so we put in a little safeguard. Since you two were kind enough to take it away from me, the bombs have gone from remote control to countdown timer. Go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. Won't make any difference now.
Well, that sucks.
The bombs are gonna go off no matter what.
How long do we have?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Oh no.
My condolences.
What can we do to stop them?
I told you that already. First, we need the device that allows us to input information. Then we plug it into each bomb and enter the codes.
And we only know where 2 of the bombs are.
Hey Alice, who the hell are you? How do you know all this?
None of your damn business. Just tell me where the input device is.
Well, that's none of your damn business.
Ooh, break it. Break it.
Ah! Fuck! Stop! You're gonna break it!
Break it?
Of course. That's the plan.
Please, stop!
Just tell me what I want to know.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Wow, for a leader of a super secret organization of terrorists / assassins, he really isn't hard to interrogate, is he?
It's in my coat, in the right-hand pocket.
Clover, check it out. Right.
She nodded and started digging through his pockets. After a few minutes,
It's no use. There's nothing here.
Did you lie to me?
No, I swear, keep looking.
Oh, wait. There is something in here.
why does Clover smile whenever she takes an order? Yeah, I think Clover's got a little kink there. And that's right, he's fully prepared to die, but he's not prepared for pain. Clover pulled her hand from his pocket and held it out. Is that a pill, like for medicine?
Hey, what is this?
See, now all I want to do is I want to see Alice basically start the lawnmower. In the position she's holding him, take her hand off his forearm, keep his arm twisted like that, and then just pull straight up like you're starting a lawnmower on his hand.
Huh? I can't see it. Bring it over here.
Clover frowned and moved closer to Dio, holding the pill out toward him. Suddenly he moved, his right hand snaking out to grab the pill from Clover's hand. Before anyone could react, he shoved it into his mouth, and he dies. I heard a tiny crack as he bit down on it. Yeah, he is really shit at fighting for being like an elite soldier / assassin. Also, immediately, he grimaced in pain.
Shit!
What? What was that?
Poison, I guess.
What? Damn! How could I be so stupid?
That's what I'm wondering. So just to point out, these two on the screen right here and Clover up in the corner, these are the elites. Yeah, the two are elite government agents, and Dio is an elite trooper from a worldwide organization. So yeah. Not too impressive, are they? Okay, we can give Clover a little bit of credit then, yeah. She's just a government agent, not an elite. She only had a few months of training, that's true. Alice, on the other hand. His eyes rolled up into his head and flecks of spittle began to trickle out from the corners of his mouth. I grabbed him by the hair and shook. What the hell are you doing? Where's the input device?
Lost it. In my couch. Back home.
Don't screw with me.
Fine. Don't tell us. How about you give us the deactivation codes instead?
Deactivation? You guys are persistent. Fine. Not gonna do you much good anyway. I'll tell you. But you only get one. This is the deactivation code for Bomb 3. Ready? LXQ LHC NMR.
I might as well write that one down. I got two others. That gives us a grand total of like 3. No, we have 3 if we follow that pattern. What about the other 3? Tell us the other 3. Because we also have LXA, QNS, GDQ. And if we follow the same pattern, MIL, KEV, OLI. Like still the 9 digits. To be fair, that one might not be the bomb. He doesn't even seem to hear me.
My body will be a part of the foundation of a bright future.
But it was broken up in kind of the same format as the other one, so I assume it might be for a bomb. His voice was weak and more foam was dribbling out of his mouth.
Such a beautiful world. May brother live in everlasting glory.
With Zero Time Dilemma, wasn't that one originally a handheld game? You might not be able to get the frame rate too much higher. But I don't know. I honestly have no clue. That's just my assumption. Those were the last words Dio spoke. He died with a strange, happy smile.
He only gave us the password for one of the bombs. This is bad. What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
How much time have we got?
25 minutes.
Are you sure?
Yes. When he told us the time, I checked my bracelet.
That's true, but if I remember correctly, 999 and this one were both kind of remade and optimized. Well, I don't know if this one was, but 999 definitely was. I don't think they've done anything since the other one was released. I think they just did a straight port of that one. That'd be my guess, but again, I'd have to do more research. I don't know off the top of my head, but that'd be my assumption.
It said exactly 30 minutes.
You mean the bombs are gonna go off the same time the next set of doors opens?
Yes. The time on your bracelet is the time we have left.
Ooh, so 25 minutes.
This isn't good. I was hoping that we might be able to escape through the white doors, but...
It takes 5 minutes for the primary door to open and close, so...
Yes, I know. There's no way we can get through them before the explosion happens.
Well, there's no point just standing around. We should start looking. We need 3 things. The password input device.
And the remaining 2 bombs, right?
Right.
We also need passwords for all the bombs other than number 3.
Exactly.
Maybe Dio has a note or something?
Hold on, let me check.
She knelt down and quickly checked his pockets and sleeves, and sat back on her heels, frustrated.
Damn, he's clean.
She looked pale.
Then we'll just have to hope we find it somewhere. Tenmyoji, can you go tell Luna what's happened?
Right, I'm on it.
Good. The rest of you, let's move out.
No, I think there's still only 4 bombs. I think the numbering, based on what he said, I took it to mean the bombs are 0, 1, 2, and 3.
We can do this. Let's go.
Because we still haven't even found bombs 0 and 1. We only found bombs 2 and 3. We all took off at a run, heading to different parts of the building. But you could be right. There might be a number 4 bomb, but yeah, I don't think there is. But all of our searching turned up nothing. And as we searched, the clock kept ticking. Ah, and the PC, that's right. Then at last, the chromatic doors opened. So yeah, we do need 5 codes.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
Our time had run out. We watched the white doors open. Were they doors to heaven or to hell? The thought barely had time to flutter through my mind before everything went white. And there we go. We didn't even have time to say goodbye. 1,000 emotions flooded my brain in those last moments. Why? How? How had we ended up this way? Then a blistering wave of heat, like the surface of the sun itself, wiped out any lingering thoughts. My consciousness slipped away into a bottomless pool of darkness. Neither heaven nor hell, only the void. This should be Alice ending, right? Yeah, okay. All right, so we're going to jump up to here and do the absolutely stupid ass thing of, did this open yet? Nope, still haven't opened that one. All right. Okay, this is the clover one. It won't let me zoom back out, or I would. So we're going to go over here and ally, and she's going to kill us, and that'll give us that ending really fast. I don't know which one is Luna's at this point, but we'll get there. Right click to zoom out. Thank you for that. Yeah, every time I've tried to go back, I've hit that little return button and had to go through the intro again. So thank you for letting me know about that right click.
Ambidex game polling closes.
All right, we're gonna die now. Alice gonna straight up kill us. Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. All right, let's go have a look at the results. I'm gonna start gasping and choking. I'm gonna die.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Yep, pretty much, guys. Bye, everybody. Alice, you suck.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
See, this is when you have that scene from Half-Baked happen before you die. You just go on the fuck you tour to everybody in the room before you die. What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. No, that's not possible. And we already know the only person we'd say you cool to, that'd be Luna. How can Alice's vote be betray? It was a question I would never know the answer to. There's a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soparil. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I started to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Oh no! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Sigma!
No. Why?
My eyelids felt like they were made of lead, but I forced them open. Everything was growing blurry, but I noticed the door of the second AB room was open. No one had gone into that room. I'd watched them all. And yet there she stood, an apparition that couldn't possibly be real. Alice. The world was gradually going black and my mouth refused to form words, but my head echoed with questions. How? Why? What was she doing there? Had she run in at the last moment after Luna and I entered our room? But even if she had, why choose betray? Then the darkness closed over my mind as well, and my questions were gone forever. Soparil in the previous endings, though, took a few minutes to take effect. So he could have said something. Just saying. All right, so we ready to get preached at by Alice? Because we got to go back to this ending and betray her ass.
Hey, it's almost time.
She is going to go off on us, and that's fine, because we don't like her. As Fi and I stepped out of the AB room, I could see the others running toward the projection, shoving and pushing to get closer.
Well, you chose what I wanted you to choose. I guess I should say thanks.
Uh-huh.
So, thanks.
The music is actually good. I do like the music in this game. Aw, come on. You don't need to do that. I just made the obvious choice.
Obvious?
Well, I'm sure Alice chose betray. That meant we pretty much had to choose betray, right?
How do you know what she's going to choose?
I guess you could say I just know.
Are you making fun of me?
Maybe.
Yo! What's up? Siggy! No!
This damn voice actor. I gotta say, I like the voice actor for Zero.
What are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the results.
Let's go. We'll find out if you made the right choice.
All right.
Good. Looks like you're all here. Finally. Let's get ready to rock! Ambidex game!
Yep, it said Fido.
Round 1! The results!
If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
Is her response going to be different? Oh, shit. It changed. Well, there you go, Alice.
Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
We don't see the rabbit much after this. Hey, Alice. What the hell is this?
What?
You chose betray last time. So I chose betray too. No, why?
Wait a minute. Last time? What on earth are you talking about?
Can you tell me one thing?
What?
When exactly did you press the button?
5 minutes before the deadline. There's that announcement, right? I pressed it right after that. Why?
What? No, that can't. What was going on? When Fi and I chose ally, Alice picked betray.
I just made the most rational choice. The best way to minimize risk and maximize reward in this situation is to choose betray.
Yeah, Sigma is completely tripping balls on the morphogenetic field.
Anyone who thinks otherwise is, well, an idiot.
But this time I chose betray and her vote changed to ally. Why? What was different? Had history somehow changed because of my choice? No, that was insane. If Alice had somehow known that I had chosen betray and chosen ally in response, at least that would have followed the principle of cause and effect. But what just happened was something entirely different. There was no way Alice could have known what we would choose when she made her decision. Besides, if she had known we intended to betray her, there's no way she would have chosen ally. In other words, she must have made her decision without any knowledge of ours. That is true. She knows about the morphogenetic field in an academic sense. And do we really know how much Clover knows about it? Because Clover and Snake were involved in the original one. But the whole time traveling thing from the first game, the only two who were talking to each other through that one were Junpei and Akane. So maybe they have no clue how the rest of the way it works, you know what I mean? Especially since they said shortly after the first game, Junpei disappeared to go chase down Akane. So, yeah, maybe they don't know it goes that far. Let's say we're talking about a game of rock, paper, scissors. I throw out a rock. Right after that, Alice throws down paper. Obviously, I lose. So I go back in time and decide to whip out the scissors this time. This time, Alice chooses rock. I lose again. But that's fine, because it still makes sense. My actions in the past caused Alice's actions in the future. Easy. But what had just happened in the AB game wasn't like that. Let's go back to that innocent game of rock, paper, scissors. Okay, that's hurting my eyes to look at. This time, Alice is the one who threw out her hand first. But in this situation, there's no way for me to know what it is. So I decided to go with rock. Now Alice's choice is revealed. Turns out she went with paper. Damn it, I lose and I'm pissed off. So once again, I go back in time to try and change history and erase my loss. What will I choose this time? That's not even a question. Scissors, obviously. After all, last time Alice went with paper. Here's the important part. When I made this choice, Alice had already made her choice. Cheer my victory, I throw out a pair of scissors. But what the hell? My rage would be white hot. How could this have happened? Why? Alice's hand had been paper before. How did it change to rock? Obviously, there's no cause and effect here. Since Alice's choice was in the past and mine was in the future, how could that even happen? How could the future influence the past? But it had. It wasn't theoretical now. This had actually happened. What the hell was going on? No, wait. Why the fuck was I talking so casually about going back in time? That kind of stuff doesn't happen in real life. Right, of course. Time travel's impossible. There's absolutely, positively no way to travel through time. But if that was true,
the best way to minimize risk and maximize reward in this situation is to choose betray. Anyone who thinks otherwise is, well, an idiot.
Hey, did you have a stroke or something?
Oh, sorry.
Besides, why do I have to answer your questions?
Start talking about her dad.
I should be the one yelling at you. Because of you two, I've only got one BP left.
Just start talking about her dad. Yeah, you're right.
What in God's name is wrong with you?
I'm sorry. Really. I seriously feel terrible about this.
Forget it. I'm never going to trust you or Phi again. You'll pay for this.
Alice stormed off. She threw one last hurt, scornful look over her shoulder as she left, and it stabbed me right through the heart. One of the other teams seemed to be dealing with a similar issue.
I really don't know what I can say. We had no idea you would choose ally.
No way I'd choose betray. I'm with Clover on the other side.
What?
What do you mean?
Do you have an interest in Clover?
I just noticed.
What? No, that's not. No.
He did at one point, and she did have an interest in him at one point.
What is it then?
I liked what his eyes did there.
Well,
You'd have to be crazy to pick Ally. The only way it'd make any sense to do that is if you really, really trusted the other person.
so you're saying you don't trust me then?
Duh! Are you senile? Why the hell would I trust some old geezer I just met a few hours ago?
I see. Say no more. Didn't think it'd hurt this much.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? You're starting to get kind of creepy.
Creepy, huh? I understand. I guess I just haven't had enough time to earn your trust.
I suppose you could say that.
Yep, Junpei.
I just didn't really expect you to be so nice about it.
Well, looks like those guys managed to get through this all right. Figure that means the fault here's got to be mine.
Oh yeah, they're all creepy.
Huh?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Don't worry about it. We only did what anybody else would do. Right, Mr. Dio?
Yeah,
Yeah, Dio.
exactly.
Dio, Quark, and Luna, on the other hand, seem to have resolved things amicably by all choosing Ally. No doubt we were all wishing we'd done the same. Yeah, he's done it both times on this last, yeah, on this last path, he has chosen to ally both times. Although I'm assuming it's Quark. Quark just runs up to the machine and hits it first, is my assumption. Whoa, okay. Why had Dio sounded so awkward? What had happened in the AB room? Only Dio and Quark knew for sure. Yes, Luna must be protected.
Zero, when does the next round start?
Okay, we're gonna go through this explanation again. Gonna go through a bunch of repeating exposition about how the game works and, you know, people who are at risk of dying because they only have 1 point. Our kidnapping. All right, let's just run through the list. We'll probably end up being able to skip through all of this as well.
Ugh, what are you doing here?
Shut up. Still mad, huh?
Obviously.
Oh, come on now, you don't have to get your panties in a bunch.
That's easy for you to say, Dio. You're sitting pretty at 5 BP. Tenmyoji and I only have 1. You do understand what that means, don't you?
That's no reason to take your anger out on people. You won't get your BP back by being a jerk to him.
Thank you, Tenmyoji.
What's this? You're gonna take his side? I thought you, of all people, would agree with me.
I do.
No, you don't. You don't get it. Why would you care? I'm not like you.
Why would you care? You've got, what, maybe 5 years left? Maybe less? God damn, Alice.
I'm still young. I want to live a long life.
It's easy for you to say you have panties. All right, Hollow, have a good night. Thanks for dropping by.
There's so many things I still want to do.
Like what?
Well, let's see. I want to wear lots of gorgeous clothes. I want to eat tons of delicious food and fall in love.
What an idiot.
Excuse me?
I was going to take your side, but after that load of horse shit, you're on your own.
Ugh.
Okay, well, see you later, X3105.
Look, let me try this again. I'm frustrated.
Oh, that's what you were saying. Okay.
But there really is something important I have to do.
Which is?
Avenge my father's murder.
Yep. Seen this part of the conversation. That's true. You can say I can help with that and be like, hey, look, Dio, right there. Huh? Yeah, his organization. They killed your dad. He's a Myrmidon. All right, here we go. The memories are flooding in. Next door. All right, here we go.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until
Everybody's gonna
chromatic
argue about what doors to go through.
Hey, the doors are open.
I can't skip it.
We need to figure out who's gonna go through which door.
Well, what are our
Pay
options?
attention. I'm only just like the.
Just gonna go down through the combination. Doesn't matter. Okay. Give me the actual
3
choices.
minutes.
Okay. How do we want to do this?
Well, you decided the first time, right?
Yeah.
Then can I decide this time? I think I deserve
Why
it.
you?
I only have 1 BP left. Doesn't it seem like the fair thing is to let the person who's at the greatest disadvantage choose? Wouldn't you agree?
That means you should get to choose too. I mean, you've only got 1 BP, right?
You've got a point. But how about we listen to what Alice wants first? So tell us, which door and which people do you want?
The green door. And I want to go with Kay and Quark.
I see. Option B, then. That means Tenmyoji and Dio will go with Clover through the blue door. Is that all right with you, Tenmyoji?
Yeah, sure. I don't mind.
Why? If we go through there together, that means you'll be playing against me in the next AB game. Are you really, really sure?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Matter of fact, that's why I want to go with you. You said you didn't trust me, right? Well, I'd like to change your mind.
He knows exactly how to do it.
I figure this will give me the chance. I've been wanting to pair up with Alice, too. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Oh. And that is?
We'll get to that later.
Anyway, Alice's first choice would be option B then?
Yes.
What about the rest of you? Is that okay too?
I don't really give a shit. I thought about it for a moment. If we went with option B, then Luna and I would go through the red door with Phi. Ooh, I like that combination. As far as how I felt about that. Ah, so this is the only branch here. Yeah, let's go with Luna. I like going to places with Luna and Phi. Yeah, that's fine.
I don't have any problems with it.
There were no objections.
Then we're all set. Let's go, everybody.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close. 9, 8, 7.
You guys seriously don't have to wait till the last second. Just go through the damn door. We nodded quickly to one another and split up. Kay, Quark, and Alice headed for the green door, while Tenmyoji, Dio, and Clover ran toward the blue one. My feet slapped against the hard metal of the warehouse floor, and Luna, Phi, and I ran to the red chromatic door in the next stage of the nonary game.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
I think it probably would. Huh? Is this a dead end?
All 3 doors seem to be locked.
Yeah, looks like it.
Just pull the lever. I wonder what this thing is.
It looks like the thing next to the number 9 door.
It's got a lever. Try pulling it, Sigma.
Why should
It might be dangerous. Maybe it'll trigger an explosion. Or possibly it shocks you when you pull it. Who knows?
Right, then I have no choice. Did you really think I'd say that, you heartless monster? There's nothing on either side, is there?
What's that supposed to mean?
Ah, sorry for the confusion. I was talking about your breasts.
It's called dressing modestly. I'll have you know I'm a C cup.
Okay, thanks for sharing. If you're a C cup, I'm packing 12 inches. What the hell? We continued in that vein for some time until... that was an interesting turn.
What?
Huh? There's that hand gesture.
It sounded like you two might take a while, so I pulled the lever. Is that okay?
I don't know. I kind of wanted to see where that conversation was going, Dog is Happy. I was hoping we were going to get in like another elevator scene.
Only the one on the left opened.
The others are still shut tight.
Well, we should get going anyway.
Yeah.
What room is this?
It looks like some kind of control room.
I can see a huge machine of some sort on the other side of this window. Maybe a
generator, like she said. Well, let's split up and look
We
around.
need cards with the moon on them for the next AB game, right?
We do. Yeah, they're probably in this room somewhere.
Then let's get started.
As always, go through the room and pick everything up first. Well, everything obvious. This looks like it's a control panel. It's covered with screens and buttons and so on. Okay, it's gonna say the same thing for all of that. Okay. Okay. It's the way we came from. What is this thing? It's huge. I would guess it's used to analyze things. Looks like it's missing a part though. Okay. Nothing over there. It's a tall screen. I don't think it's turned on. Maybe it can't get power for some reason. Okay. Continue looking. Ah. What's this thing? It's got all these pipes. Look at the black and yellow lever. It says power under it. You think this tubing has electrical cables in it for something? Maybe flipping these levers will let us change the amount of electrical current. What would that accomplish? I don't know. Well, I'm guessing the power level is the source. Might as well give it a... Wait, don't get ahead of yourself. Look at the 320. Oh, the lever's missing. Without a replacement lever, I don't think we'll be able to do anything. All right, time to look around then. On, off, on, off, okay. You didn't have to read the whole thing out loud. I didn't. Look, there's a hole in the middle of it. Oh, yeah. Well, one moment while I take a picture of this. Okay. Hey, I know these lockers. Even the puzzle panels look similar. Let's see here. I don't have the code. There are 4 spots I need to fill. If I put in the right numbers and press enter, it should unlock. Yeah, I don't have the code. A blue clock. It says 510 minutes on the face. That's a long time. These look promising. Let's see here. Damn, I can't understand any of this. Some kind of code? None of these have anything useful. So much for that. Cardboard box filled with complicated machinery. Do you think we can use it? I don't even know what it is. Like, I know I need to grab these 2 things. I'm just looking around first. Some papers. They're filled with incomprehensible... What now? Code. Ooh, I'll take that. Looks like there's something in the blue box. Let's see what it is. Compass. Compass. One leg has a needle, the other has a pencil. You think we're supposed to use this for something? Well, usually use a compass to draw circles. Where should we draw a circle, though? On a piece of paper, I would assume. How big of a circle? I don't know. If we had an angle to set the compass to, that might help. See what it is. Aha. Oh, a protractor. I haven't seen one of these in a while. Remember what they're for, right? You use them to figure out angles. There's a red line 30 degrees away from the 90-degree mark. What's that mean? He's telling you need to set some angle to 30 degrees. So, we know there's more, but I know where we need to go. What do you do with the protractor? Oh, I was thinking of measuring the angle. The angle of what? Okay. You think about putting the compass needle in the hole? Yeah. The compass isn't spread, though. I don't think you can draw a circle like that. Oh. My God, are you gonna make me do stuff in here? There we go. This sheet has on and off. I hold the middle paper. So I just put the compass needle in there. Interesting. So you use the compass to make a circle, and now the circle touches specific words. Maybe these words are a clue? Yeah. 1 second. I think this is the one I need to take a picture of. All right, back to looking through the rest of the room. Because we no longer have anything in our inventory. Okay. All right, this piece of paper has 4 rows of 4-digit numbers. The color of each digit seems to be random. Green, blue, yellow, pink. They all look like highlighter colors. Highlighters, you say? Honestly, the mystery is what's keeping me playing. I know it's a long-ass game, but yeah, the mystery and wanting to know the full story is what's keeping me going. PP bands. Rope made of polypropylene. Okay. A red clock. It says 11,400 seconds on the face. Not sure why. There's the safe. Doesn't look like there are any clues here. Exit. Aha. Test. Okay. Piece of paper on that clipboard. It says test. Each letter is written in a different color. The T is green, the E is blue, the S is yellow, and the second T is pink. It's all been written with a highlighter. Yep. If you excuse me, I have something to do over here. Hey, I think you can move these. Oh, you're right. Off, on. Off. Imagine something would happen if I had done that right. On, off. Oh, wait, leave that at off. There we go. Sigma, what are you doing? Don't break it. I know it wasn't me, it just fell off. You sure? Yes, I'm sure. Well, it's off now, so no point crying over spilt levers. Maybe we can use it somewhere else. Like where? Well, we know where. I can't do anything here yet. Oh, hold up. No, back up. You see that thing plugged into the side of the laptop? Yeah, it looks like a memory stick. Can I have it? Thank you. I don't think this is a memory card. What? Unless I missed my guess, it's actually a portable scanner. See, there's a thin slit on the end. Just wave this part over any images or texts you want to scan. Then you can plug it back into the laptop and look at whatever you scanned. Neat. Okay. Can only do one or the other. Okay. Huh? The screen changed. You think it's because you pulled that thing out? Oh, hey, the screen's blue now. This is. That was really fast and easy. Looks like a password. Think it's for the panel in the safe? I assume so. 7213? It changed. Keep turning. I have to like loop all the bloody way around. I do. Okay. Yep. Even the puzzle panel. Let's figure out how this works. Oh, this is so much more complicated. It's not going to be too difficult, but it is more complicated than the previous one. 7213, was it? God, I really hope it was. So that, I think it's 7213. We'll see. Two. Oh, so all three of these just go straight down, huh? There we go. Excellent. Unlocked. Good work. Now open it up. I just found random shit, but okay. Examine. What is this thing? It's pretty big. Maybe you're supposed to wear it like a crown. Why the hell would I need to do that? Well, it could be part of a machine, and we know what machine. If it is, you probably need to attach it to something. Oh, I have no clue, but I do have a clue. I have an idea about that one too. We're gonna go over this way first. Huh, looks like it would fit. Here we go. Now, if we take the numbers from the clocks, the blue clock said 510 minutes. Okay. So if we break that down to hours and minutes, probably overthinking this, but I'm gonna try that. So 8:30. Okay. Now to do the second one, I'm gonna need a calculator because I am not Alice. So doing 11,400 seconds, breaking it down into minutes and hours and so on, not really in my skill set. So 1 second. So 190 minutes. That would be 3 hours and 10 minutes. Huh. So I wasn't overthinking it. It unlocked. See if you can open it. What the fuck is this? Wow, those are some intense colors. What is that thing? I think it's a root system from a tree. Come on, no tree has rainbow color roots. I don't think it looks like that naturally. They probably painted it. It's pretty ugly. I agree. So what the hell am I supposed to do with it? I'm sure it'd make a delightful souvenir, but I don't think I'd make it past customs. Maybe you're supposed to put it somewhere. Like, well, on that machine, perhaps. So far, not too bad. I still have no clue what the hell I'm doing over here, unless... I was gonna think maybe it's routing it down, like, so this would be 240, this would be 320, but none of these up here have a 5. Can we turn it? Yeah. They're gonna make me figure out the other one first. Perfect. Now that we attach the missing part, it should work. Wait, something's not right. What's wrong? I pressed the power button, but nothing's happening. Maybe it doesn't have enough power. It's always something. Yeah, I know, right? Wait a minute. Okay. Those notes haven't disappeared from my inventory. Good. There we go. Trying to figure out exactly what they want us to do. So what should I do? I found a manual on the floor over there. Oh, god damn it, Luna. It says this machine doesn't really use electricity in a conventional way. Huh? Those tubes use some sort of special liquid to transmit electricity. Actually, it's pretty complicated. The simple version is that you can adjust the voltage by adjusting the flow of the liquid. So let's say you turn that rightmost lever all the way to the left. If you do that, then all the liquid coming from 240 will go to the left tube. Turn it all the way to the right, and it all goes to the right tube. If you put it in the middle, it splits. So what's the deal with the question marks? Those represent unknowns in the target values. The one with 3 question marks means it's supposed to be a 3-digit number, while the ones with only 2 mean those are 2-digit numbers. Oh god. And of course, the single question mark means that the value is only a single digit. What about the one that starts with 3? Well, I would guess that means the hundreds digit has to be 3. So 4 means that the tens digit has to be 4, and 5 mean, yeah. Yep, I think so. So let me see if I've got this. We need to adjust the lever so the liquid gives us the right numbers on the bottom. That is correct. Once you've got all the levers set, turn on the power. Ah, makes sense. I think that about covers it. Oh wait, one more thing. The liquid will only flow from top to bottom. The manual is very specific. Okay, let's do this thing. Is it at least gonna light up as I get each one right? I think maybe I'll start over here because it's a smaller number. It's not gonna light anything up, is it? Crap. If I turn you this way, it means all 240 comes down here. Which means I need you and you to turn this way. Oh, I don't know if I need all of you to turn this way. This will be 105 goes this, well no, 210 goes this way. And then 210 goes this way. That's too much. Actually, that would do it. 240 goes this way. 110. 105 goes this way. Down and goes all the way over. 105 takes us to 345. Yes, they do apparently seem to ask us to do that, yes. That does make things a little easier, though. If I turn you... Oh, 105. Oh, and apparently these are right. Yeah, at least they light up. I'm happy about that. It's the only thing I can do to change it. Oh, there we go. Pretty much. Yes, I am a champion. If you say so. If you say so, Sigma. Look. And all this is just to get the golden file. Because we got the password. We could just fucking leave right now if we wanted to. Turn the power on. Look. It's moving. Looks like it's finally ready. Ready for what? Well, probably this. Ready for you to use this, I'm guessing. The screen? Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. I think I've got it. This machine is a CT scanner. You mean like from a hospital? Yes. One of those things that can take pictures of cross sections of your brain and organs and stuff? Yes. It can image things other than the human body too, like this root for instance. Okay. So what you want me to do? Ah, so what we're seeing on the left is a slice of that root. I think so. What are we supposed to do then? I think trial and error is going to be the best way to figure this one out. Uh-oh. Just start messing with it and we'll see what happens. I just realized something. All right. Crap. The numbers you can see here are displayed. Can I go back? Can you give me those instructions? Shit. The numbers you can see are displayed below the cross section. You can move the numbers where they need to go by dragging them. Oh, okay. Here goes nothing. Hold on, though. Hold on. Hold on. Just calm down and think. If you concentrate, I'm sure you'll find... Yeah. Thank you for being so patronizing. Memo. Not memo. I keep making that mistake. Archive. Hold up. Ah, it is the golden file password, not the exit. Okay. Well, that's got to be the easiest golden file we've ever found then. Let me go get that before we do this puzzle. I know it won't give us a hint to finish this, but I want that file. I was thinking about it. It's like, wait a minute. I didn't get the escape one, did I? Sun, star, sun. No? Oh, psh. That's why. Piece of cake. Give it to me. Let's see if it's anything new. I kind of don't think it is, but we'll see. Swimsuit. For some reason, Sigma, or perhaps the author, seems to be unnaturally obsessed with swimsuits. Why is that? Was he involved in a horrible swimsuit accident now repressed in his youth? Did he have a crush in high school on a girl on the swim team who put her Olympic aspirations ahead of any possible romance? Is he just a perv? The world may never know. Okay. This device can be used in an emergency to deactivate the antimatter bombs hidden throughout the facility. It doesn't really have any official name. Sometimes it's called the designated computer terminal, but sometimes it's just the input device. The device has a small QWERTY keyboard beneath a LCD display. On the top is a large black cable which can be attached to the bomb you wish to deactivate. Entering the correct password on the keyboard will stop the detonation. Okay. In a general sense, an antimatter reactor is a system that generates electricity or some other form of power from matter-antimatter reactions. This facility uses hydrogen and antihydrogen. The reactions power a turbine which generates energy and powers everything in the facility. It looks like a gigantic octopus, but it's definitely not edible no matter how you cook it. Antihydrogen. A particular type of antimatter, normal hydrogen atoms have one proton, one electron, but an antihydrogen atom has the opposite, one antiproton, one positron. In November 2010, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, CERN, issued a statement announcing that they had captured an anti-hydrogen atom. They claimed that they had gathered 38 of them, in fact, and managed to hold them in a special container for 0.2 seconds. Less than 6 months later, in June 2011, they managed to capture more anti-hydrogen atoms and contain them for more than 1,000 seconds. Although the creation and storage of antimatter is still a difficult obstacle, these results suggest that antimatter reactors could someday be a possibility. TNT is often used as a reference point when discussing the power of explosive devices. Specifically, explosive power is usually described by tonnage. The amount of energy 1 ton of TNT produces is approximately 4.184 gigajoules. This means that an explosive device with an output of 1 megaton generates 4.184 petajoules. TNT stands for Trinity Tallow No Dilitrin No Trinidad and Tobago. Oh yes, trinitrotoluene. That's it. It's one of the most common explosives, which is how it came to be a reference point. A kilogram of TNT has 4.184 megajoules of energy, but a kilogram of butter has 30 megajoules. Butter is some dangerous stuff. Einstein's famous equation, put simply, it means that energy is equal to mass times speed of light squared. It describes how much energy you'd get by annihilating matter with antimatter, a lot, but also carries the interesting implication that with enough energy you could theoretically create matter. The amount of energy you get by combining 350 milligrams each of matter and antimatter. You can get this number using the equation E equals mc squared. What do you get when you convert 700 megajoules, milligrams to kilograms? 7 times 10 to the minus 4th. Yeah. We know. We've been through that conversation. All right, now, trying to figure out that last puzzle. What is that noise? That would be my phone. Okay. I have absolutely no idea what to do over here, but okay. The bottom layer has 8 circles of different colors. 4 of those circles are blank. Assign an appropriate number to each circle. The numbers you can use are displayed below the cross section. You can move the numbers where they need to go by dragging them. I'm gonna start hitting buttons. All these are gonna be yellow. Like, are we trying to get... Oh, hold up. So we're trying to get to 100 is how I'm reading that. I don't want to keep going back and forth. Let me write this down. Okay. Gotta love the math. Well, I'm gonna basically go ahead and start reducing fractions here, just to make it easier for myself. So what? Yellow would be 1/4. Red is about as far as it's gonna go, yes. Yeah. 3/10. Oh, this actually isn't all that bad, because if I go ahead and use the math, and so assuming we're trying to get 100, yellow would be 25% of that. Green, because 3/10 would be 30%. Okay. And if we reduce red down to 1/5, that's 20%. So what do we have left? So 55, 75. So blue would have to be 25%. All right, here we go. So we need to give them numbers that would give them that equivalent of 100. So you need to be a 10. Yellow also needs to be 25%. So you need a 6. Green needs to total 30. And you need a total 20. There we go. Huh. Looks like I got it. You sure did. That's amazing. Good work. Yay for math. It was actually pretty easy when you scrolled up and saw the 100 total. And then it started giving you the fractions. Yeah, as long as you reduced the fractions and everything, it was pretty easy. Yeah. Huh, I wonder. Have a look, Sigma. This is our way out. Okay. The reason I was confused the first time we went on there was I accidentally, you know how the game, I don't know if it's my fault, I don't know if it's the game's fault. Sometimes dialogue gets skipped. You know, like I'll click once and it'll have double clicked. I don't know if it's my fault or the game's, but I had skipped the first 2 sets of instructions. So I didn't know I could scroll up layers. Okay, star, star, sun. Nope, not what I want to do. Yes, it opened. Hey, we have the bomb deactivation device. Okay, let's get our prizes. First, we've got a map. Yep, we know about the map. Yep, so she's gonna basically compare. Well, look at it this way. A for above and B for below. Why does that seem ominous? Whatever, moving on. Our next prize is, let's see. The cards. You're gonna give 1 to her. Now we can play the next game. They gave us 2, just like with the sun cards. I'm a solo, so I'll take 1. It's fine with you guys, right? Yeah, sure, go for it. I don't care. We've got 2 other things left. I've seen one of them before, but this one, some kind of input device, has a keyboard on it and a cable connected to the top. We can worry about that later. Might as well take it with us for now. Yes, keep it on you. And finally, the key. We can get out now. Yeah, this should unlock the exit. No more screwing around. Let's move. And I'm sure you guys saw it coming, but this is all the time I do have for today. So thank you everybody for joining me on the stream. Hope you guys have a good day, and we will continue this tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Or Mountain Daylight Time. I don't fucking know what it is right now. One of the two. Whatever it is this season. So yeah. Thanks again for watching, guys.